Oh, that's some good mayo. Duke's Mayo is the one with the catchy yellow lid. The full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in stores today. It's got twang. I'm Debbie Duhaime on 880 ESPN, New York.
Out on the course, they're the PGA Tour's best players. But in the arena, they're prime time. And Season 2 of TGL presented by SoFi is back with lights, cameras, action. We're talking big moments, big personalities, big names in the stands, all on the big screen. Big-time matchups with shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, overtime, and playoffs. It's city versus city, squad versus squad. The sport just hits different under the lights. It's TGL presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf. Tune into every match. Only on ESPN.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for three.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Got the number one pick in the NHL draft, but the men that can't seem to stump. Do something dumb, that's an observation. CLT make them need to run.
That's Lawrence Taylor.
Cuddle, Mary Trash, CMT for short. Wonder if we best once you peep the score. Up at the crack of dawn, top stories of the morning. While you're yawning, grab your coffee, rise and shine with 880 AM. This is Drop Time. We provide highlights from your favorite teams. Got Dave and Rick making plenty of picks. It's Rule 76.
Oh, here we are. It's spring, and it feels it. Yesterday was like upper 30s. Today, going to hit upper 40s with some sun today. Good morning, Rick. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic, Dave. Yeah, weather has been great. But listen,
No.
I mean, we rely on you for our weather. As much as RJ likes to fight it and push back, you're our weather guy.
Right. Well, today is not going to be overly warm. Sunny today. You will get to see Mr. Sunshine poke through, but not a lot of warmth today.
I think Thursday has the potential to be in the 60s. I thought I saw.
Correct. That is accurate. Yes, well done by you. But I'm looking ahead, and I'm being told rain on Thursday.
Oh, no.
So with the warmth comes some rain, unfortunately.
The weather's been real garbage. It really has.
Yeah, it really has. But you're not garbage. You're terrific.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
We
nice.
have a lot to do today.
Okay. Could I hear?
Yeah, I mean, baseball starts tomorrow. Yankees in San Francisco taking on the Giants. Mets start at home on Thursday. Paul Skeens against Freddie Peralta. So we'll get into some baseball. Rangers looked great last night. Had a franchise. You know the Rangers have been around for over 100 years, right?
Yeah. One of the
a franchise low 8 shots last night. 8.
On the night that they honored Mika. It's nice.
Right. And I actually watched almost the entirety of that game, and I was disgusted because there was not a lot of great sports last night. I was like, you know what, I'm going to give the Rangers a little bit of attention. Oh, boy, it was nothing short of brutal. Brutal.
Well, I mean, listen, Rangers stink. Their season is over. I understand you're trying to find ways to, motivate yourself to go out there and play, but they're done.
Well, I get that.
They're
and
not
actually,
good.
I was telling Ray before the show, and you may jump this, whatever, I'm actually rooting for them to lose. Like, I want to try to get the best possible pick.
I think most people are, yeah.
They'll lose like that. Like, that's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, yeah. And, they got to really figure out what's going on with them. I mean, this season wasn't meant to be this by any means. So you have some pieces. You have the goalie for sure, and they got to figure out how to get this thing turned around. Because right now, I mean, I know we don't talk a lot of hockey, but as far as just sports in New York, people on the hot seat with their fan base.
Oh, definitely, he's got to be.
Chris Drury's on the hot seat,
and he should be because he's not done a good job with this organization. So we have CMT today, which I'm excited about because RJ leads a beautiful CMT. You should have heard me before the show, and RJ can attest to this. I was talking to Ray because I feel bad for Ray. Like it's a lot for him, right? The Knicks, the Rangers. Why are you laughing?
Because I feel bad for. Okay, yeah,
I do. And I told Ray, I was like, Ray, I love you.
Wow.
And it was heartfelt. It was genuine. And RJ heard it, and RJ was like, oh, that was so nice. But it's true. Like, with all the hatred going on in the world, I love Ray. And I'm not afraid to admit that. Yeah.
I love Ray also.
Yeah,
I
but
love
you
RJ.
didn't say it the way I said. I said it with real deep
You
meaning
said it
and
with,
feel.
yeah. That's just, so you're much more, I don't buy it. I think I make sure that Ray knows how much I love him, but I think that's a nice moment for you.
It was a really, really nice moment. And then Field Yates has a new mock draft dropping in a little while.
That's nice. Let me ask you a question. Did you watch any women's college basketball last night?
I actually did. I actually turned on the UConn game.
Oh.
And I was like, wait, what? What's the score?
Oh, yeah.
And I had to just get closer. I was like, does that say 53-8? And yes.
At one point, I had it on one of the TVs, and Cass looked up, and she's like, "Is it 67-12?" I was like,
yes.
She's like, "What is this?" I was like, "This is the tournament." She's like, "Who are they playing?" I was like, "They're playing Syracuse." Who's I think the
9 seed.
The 9 seed.
Yeah, but
they're not bad.
They're at a completely different level.
Yes.
I mean, UConn women's basketball may be the most dominant team in all of sports right now.
What he's done for an extent, we talked about yesterday, right? Coaches, what do you find most impressive? Like, is it longevity? Is it the success? The ability to stay there that long and continually, reinvent yourself and have success. What Gino Auriemma's done for that program is unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I watched a few moments of a double overtime affair with Iowa and Virginia. Yeah, I gave the women's college basketball a little bit of attention yesterday. Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah.
A little bouncy day. I watched a little golf last night. Tigers team lost the final hole, so I watched a bunch of stuff. It was nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. How excited are you for the baseball season?
I am.
Has it kicked in yet?
I don't think it's kicked in yet. I mean, I think the weather probably has something to do with it, just because it's been so nasty out. But I mean, I got the kids' baseball season starting, so I mean, I can feel that. I can start to feel the energy with that. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I think a little piece of me still can't believe what happened last year.
With the Mets?
With the Mets.
So are you like a guy that gets out of a relationship that was bad and you're getting into another relationship and you feel like, it's kind of broken here?
No, not that it's broken. It's almost
you're
like
a little damaged from that?
No, I'm definitely a little damaged, but it's like it's the same relationship because I'm not, it's the same. It's the Mets. It's like they got to earn my trust back a little bit. Like I want them to prove that they want me.
How long do you think it would take you? Like, season starts tomorrow for the Mets. How long do you think it will take you for you to be like, all right, you know what, I'm in? A month? 6
tomorrow,
weeks?
Thursday.
Yeah, but you're gonna buy back in on Thursday?
Oh no, I'm not gonna buy back in.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how long do you think it's gonna take you to actually buy back in to be like, okay, I see what Stearns has done. I'm completely in on the Mets right now.
Oh, completely in, or like if I'm being realistic with you?
The unrealistic piece of you first.
Unrealistic, like you're probably one turn through the rotation.
So Mets have a good first week. They're 4-1, and all of a sudden you're like, all right, you know what? I see it. I'm in.
Right. I mean,
okay.
if Peralta looks great, and McClain is McClain, and Kodai Senga looks good, you know exactly what's going to happen.
Oh, I'm in now.
Right,
I think I'm a little bit optimistic. All right, so kind of, the fan in you, one turn through the rotation, you're back in. The hesitant to get hurt again fan in you, how long do you think that'll take?
It's probably going to take the first month. Just trying to sort through it. I mean, that's probably unrealistic.
End of April, check back with you.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably unrealistic because I know exactly what's going to happen to me. But, I mean, I would say after what happened last year and how it fell apart and how epically bad that was, I'm going to pretend like I'm going to make them earn it back.
Oh, I understand that.
I'm playing hard to get.
And then there's the Mets fan who kind of wallows in their own misery. Like, they enjoy being like, we're the Mets and we never win anything and it's never going to happen. Then there's that, like I have friends like that. Then no matter what, well, this guy looks great till he gets hurt. This guy, Benj, I'm excited to watch him. Yeah, we never produce a real position player like Bichette. Nah, he can't play defense. Like the Mets live A lot of Mets fans live in that. Just they welcome the misery of being a Mets fan.
Yeah, see, I don't understand that. Like, I don't like being miserable. I actually hate it. I mean, I don't know how people, especially because a lot of Mets fans I know root for similar teams to me. And it's like, don't you want one of your teams to be good? Like, don't you need some kind of reprieve?
Well, I guess they feel like they've been burned so many times over the years that they're just not ready to let themselves
Right, but it's still going to bother
hurt.
you, though. I know, but it's still going to bother you. They pretend like it doesn't hurt, but it hurts. It still hurts.
Of course it hurts.
Right, so why not go all in? I bust your chops all the time about this. Right, you know what's going to happen is
you're trying to have a defense mechanism of
right, but it doesn't.
You don't want to get hurt again.
It's still going to bother you though. It's not going to. You're not going to be able to take your emotions out of it. Like you're still. It's. I mean, you're excited for the baseball season unless you're just again like, if you're a real Mets fan, even the one that likes to wallow in their own misery, you're excited for the baseball season. You've been looking forward to the baseball season. It's 162 games. As much as you want to pretend like you're like this super negative fan that's like, oh, it doesn't matter because he'll get hurt or not. Like, you're still emotionally attached to the team, and it's still going to hurt when they don't make the playoffs. Like, last year still hurt.
Oh, that was terrible. But I think last year you let yourself give, and you let yourself kind of be hurt. You bought in because you don't think so? 2 years ago was so good. I think last year you let that follow up.
Well, I mean, I think before the season started, you were all in because you got to the CS.
And how about the first 2 months of the seaon? They were dominant.
Yeah, I don't understand the mindset of a fan that just wants to be miserable. It doesn't make any sense to me.
But there's people like that get into relationships too. Like they get into a relationship and they just won't let themselves give because they've been hurt in the past. So they put up like walls. You know people like that.
Yeah, but that's different, right? Putting up walls and just like enjoying to be miserable are two different things.
Well, I mean, the Mets fan feels like how many like truly optimistic Mets fans do you know? Like, no, the sun is going to come out tomorrow and we're going to be a good baseball team now.
Well, but there's a difference though. I mean, you having blind faith in David Stearns last year seems stupid. Like, oh, the Frankie Montas is just going to hold out. That's just dumb. Like, that's not being a positive fan.
Mean about it.
Well, but it's just stupidity is what it is. You get angry at other fans that call the show that are like that, where everything's great and this is great and everything is great. You're like, I don't know. Frankie Montas has been garbage and been hurt, but I trust David Stearns.
Well, David Stearns had been really good, so I
what does that
bought
mean,
into
though?
whatever he was selling.
Right, he didn't have magic pixie dust that he was going to sprinkle on Frankie Montas.
All right, so it's a bad signing.
It's a terrible signing. Awful. So, I mean, I think you need to be a mix of both. I think you can be optimistic, but you could also be a little bit wary and then also recognize that there are some things that you need to see first before you fully believe that this team is, capable of winning the division.
They are favorites to win the division,
I know they are. And that sounds great, but what does Francisco Lindor, like, what version of him are you getting? What does his power numbers look like? Soto's going to be great. I mean, there are certain things that you need to, like Bichette. Offensively, we know he'll be good. He's never played third base before. Jorge Polanco's never played first base before.
Right.
I mean, Luis Robert has never stayed healthy.
Ever. Carson Bench has never played Major League Baseball before.
Right. And if it's not him, what does Brett Beatty look like in right field? I mean, can Francisco Alvarez stay healthy and be the player that we think? He has not
proven that he can stay healthy yet, so I don't know why you would believe he can.
Right. But that's what I'm saying, though.
Right, there are question marks. Listen, I think you could do either thing right now. I think you can come into the season and say to yourself, boy, they got a lot of talent, and they're going to be good, real good, and they're favorites to win this division. I can see that avenue, and I can also see the reverse where you look at it and you say, no, they have a lot of question marks. Last year was a disaster, and I don't know that they're going to get where I expect and need them to get this year. I could see both routes right now.
Right, and you lost a lot of power. Right? I mean, that's the one thing you're going to miss. I mean, David Stearns can say what he wants. He may miss he may not miss anything about Pete Alonso. You're going to miss his power.
Of course, you can miss his power.
Right. So, I mean, coming off the season that he just had, and then the bullpen. I mean, you just watched Devin Williams lose his job and struggle as a Yankee. It's the same city. Expectations are going to be just as high. Maybe the jersey's not as heavy because it's not the pinstripes, but
it's not light.
Of course, that's what I mean. It's not light. Mets fans are going to, like you just said it. You fully expect him to win the division, and he's got Luke Weaver just waiting in the wing in case he struggles.
That's right. So tomorrow, Yankees get started, and Yankee fans are. I feel like Yankee fans are like Ray, where, you're going to be a playoff team and you're going to win 90-plus games, but, are we going to win the World Series? And most of them, I would say, think that they're not going to win the World Series. That's a weird place to live with the Yankees. My team's really good. I'm excited, but in the end, I don't really have any faith that they're going to win the whole thing.
How could anyone have any faith if they're going to win the whole thing right now?
I don't think anybody does.
With the Dodgers sitting there.
I don't think anybody does.
Right, so you're like every other team or every other good team.
Yeah, you're right. You're playing for second right now.
Yeah, unless again, it's 162 games. We'll see what happens with injuries and everything else, and what your team looks like once it gets into the postseason. I mean, maybe just you're red hot, and Judge is doing what he did last year and coming up in big spots and coming through in the clutch, and Stanton does what he does in the postseason. I mean, I think if you're a Yankees fan after winning 94 games last year, not being good enough to beat Toronto, and essentially running it back. I mean, your hope is when Garrett Cole comes back, he's Garrett Cole.
Sounds like he's not going to come back till July.
Well, listen, they can afford to wait, right?
Yeah,
they're going to be a playoff team. True. We don't want to start managing his innings and everything else anyway. And then the reason why Rodon got lit up at the end of the year because he was hurt, he had surgery, and when he comes back, Rodon was good for you. Max Fried is a stud. You get full year Schlittler. Will Warren, like your rotation's going to be good. You just watched the World Baseball Classic where great pitching can shut down great hitting. And then lineup-wise, you got to hope that, Jazz in a contract year is going to have a great season. Like that would be, again, if you're just running it back, which they're doing, is that he would have a great season. I don't know if Trent Grisham can recreate what he did last year.
He probably can't.
Which is why I was hesitant.
It felt like you got I don't know, played or just made some really strange decision there with Trent Grisham.
Well, it is what it is. You sign up for $22 million. He's on your team. And Ben Rice, right? What is his ceiling offensively? Because defensively, he's going to be.
I think offensively, his ceiling is legit.
Right. So I mean, you're gonna what? And he had a good season last year. So how much more can Ben Rice do? I mean, shortstop, we can pretend like we like Caballero. As you're starting.
Can he hold the fort? Yes.
Well, but
Can he be your everyday starting shortstop? No.
Well, you say hold the fort. They're not excited who's coming back. I mean, it's not like
I know
they're excited
who
the
guy that comes back has the potential to be a starting shortstop. Caballero for the full season at shortstop is he doesn't hit.
Well, no, he's one of the ones that you like the idea of, and in small, he's the backup quarterback.
He's the backup quarterback.
Right.
Yep. I can't wait to see him play when the starter can't go, and then when you watch him play day after day after day, when is the starter coming back?
Right. And then you have the Dominican version of Austin Wells, offensively. What is that now? Maybe he's got a little. Maybe he's got a little extra little pep in his step now.
Yeah, maybe he's a little cocky now.
Yeah, maybe he's got that extra little added confidence. But I think that there are again with the Yankees. The fact that they're running this back, I don't know how you could be overly confident about their chances to win a World Series outside of again a couple of those pieces that I mentioned. And then maybe thinking that Toronto will take a step back, right? I don't know because
which they certainly could.
They could, but you saw what it looked like last season, right? There's a reason why you both won 94 games and Toronto won the division and you didn't, because Toronto, especially up in Toronto, beat you up last year, and then you got to the postseason and it was like, yeah, this is what we think. Toronto's better.
Last year, Toronto was better.
Right. So, again, but you have the same team. So, either those guys, you get improvements from certain players.
Right. And you're a better team, or they drop off, and it makes you appear to be a better team.
Correct.
Yeah, we'll see. So, RJ.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. I feel like, Rick, and he doesn't want you to know this, I feel like RJ's battling a cold today.
I don't think he wants to believe that he's sick again.
And
I feel like RJ's had a tendency to get a little bit sicker than normal.
Because he's a warrior.
I got to tell you,
yeah,
they tell you a lot of things when you have kids.
Oh, it's a cesspit. You'll be sick all the time.
And when they go to school or daycare.
Wait to have another one.
When they go to school or daycare, is absolutely 100% true. You will just be sick all the time. Someone in your house will be sick all the time.
All the time.
Yep.
And you're gonna just add another dimension into that soon.
Yeah, I'd feel like now's the time to triple down, lack of sleep, sick, more sick. Let's just throw it all in a pot together and, see what happens.
Let's see what happens,
right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, are we doing baseball predictions this year, RJ?
So I threw that in the look ahead yesterday.
That's why I bring it up, because I glanced at the look ahead.
I'll take a glance. I'll take that. So if we were to do so, tomorrow would be not only because the season starts, because we have Buster. Yes,
right.
Tomorrow would be that day.
Well, here's the thing: we can't. I don't think, in good faith, we can make a wager on the picks, being that Buster's still in arrears with the last wager.
I think that's fair.
But we didn't make a wager about baseball picks last year anyway.
Did we not?
No, he just gave us his picks. We did. Buster wasn't included.
Who won? I don't even remember who won our picks last year.
You and I.
I think you and RJ won.
So what do we get?
The fact you don't even know tells me so much.
Yeah, that's
what does it tell you?
It makes no sense. Breakfast, I think.
Great.
I think somehow John was on our team.
Yeah, John was on your team because I took.
And
Grassa.
it was you, Raymond, and Grassa.
Yeah.
Great. And we're owed a breakfast.
That's right.
I mean, there's a lot of outstanding. Some would say that once upon a time that there might be. That got us 2 other free breakfasts. Yeah.
I feel like at some point we need an accountability person in the office. I feel like I should hire somebody in the office that once a debt becomes like so outstanding that we forget about it,
right.
That person needs to remind us by breaking someone's leg.
That person starts to beat on the person that owes
by breaking that person's leg.
Yeah, I agree.
So if I'm keeping a tally here,
I agree.
We have the 2025 baseball picks.
Yep.
We have the 2025 Dave versus Buster lunch.
Right.
We have Dave and the football picks.
Right.
And we have the 2025 NFL Survivor.
Which is Raymond owing us a breakfast.
Correct.
Is that everything?
That's everything.
Oh.
Sounds it.
That's a nice list, RJ.
That is a nice. So maybe RJ's that person.
Well, I was just looking at my documents. And
but RJ's
break
not
legs?
No.
Well, I'm just looking at because I keep all my spreadsheets together, and I'm looking and I'm like, no, that's not paid off. That's not paid off. That's not paid off.
So those 4 things.
There's a chance RJ tries to break your leg and steal some of it.
Steal my leg?
To add to his leg.
It's a
like
shame.
RJ would kill for Gabby's legs. Can you imagine how tall? Can you imagine how tall RJ would be?
It's a shame you lost the baseball picks.
You know what? I'm going to take you right back to your favorite breakfast place to pay off our bet. With the delicious pancakes, RJ.
Oh, look.
No. Well, why do I have to go there?
Well, he's your teammate.
Team Rick, NL Rookie of the Year. Roki Sasaki. That went well.
It's still not going well.
He's not good.
No.
It's still not going well.
He got crushed yesterday.
He did.
Maybe he's a bullpen guy. He was good in the bullpen last year.
So are we doing same teams? Are we running it back?
Well, it depends. Are we still?
I don't think we're doing picks.
What? Why?
I don't think I got it in me.
Come on.
I don't think I got it in me.
Baseball starts tomorrow.
So
you
what?
wake up tomorrow, you smell the air, and you're like, baseball picks.
Well, we did whittle it down to we could
There
whittle.
was no whittling. There wasn't that much.
We
whittling.
whittled, yeah.
Might be one of the last
we were
things I
whittling
think
last
about,
year.
if at all.
We still made 50 picks.
No.
I mean,
Ray doesn't even like it.
We did division winners, we did wild cards, we did MVP, Cy Young, and Rookie of the Year.
That doesn't sound like we whittled.
That was
we
whittling.
whittled a little. We could whittle out Rookie of the Years if you want.
No. Why would we whittle there?
You need MVP and Cy Young.
See, this is my problem. This is my problem, RJ. This is my problem. The guy is adamant because he doesn't care, RJ. Because he'll just flippantly make picks, and it doesn't bother him if they're wrong because he doesn't care.
I do care.
No, you don't. That's not how I live my life.
I just don't care that much.
You brought up baseball picks maybe twice all season long. It's lazy. You're getting back to your old sports radio laziness.
What do you?
Where it's
how
like,
are you turning the tides on this here?
I don't want to come up with a real segment, so let's just sit here and make picks for a segment.
Oh, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Yes, it is. It's an old bad habit.
Let me explain what it is. And I'm speaking on your behalf. I don't make good baseball picks. Ipso facto, get me out of the baseball picks. That's you.
Well, you don't make great baseball picks.
They're better than yours.
Well, but that's not great.
Well, better than yours.
Just like you don't make great football picks, and you still for some reason don't make football picks.
That's highly accurate.
Yeah, right. I don't understand though. It's because again, you don't care if you're good at it or bad at it. You just like to do it.
Okay, so
yeah, like what do you mean so?
So what's wrong with that?
I don't live my life like that. Either I'm going to be good at it, or
so why don't
I'm
you
not
try to be good
it.
at the baseball picks, and we'll do them tomorrow.
No, I don't even have a teammate that likes to do the picks with me. You and RJ, all you do is talk about fantasy football.
You have Grassa.
baseball.
And you have Raymond. You have great teammates.
Raymond does not like doing the picks.
Here's what I would suggest then. This is on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
If Raymond does not want to do them, he gets ready first.
Raymond, you speak up, would you?
What would you like me to say?
I want you to say how you feel about
truthful,
the picks.
I'm not a fan of them.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of
So
them.
here's what I'm proposing. Me and Dave.
Of course, you and Dave, yep.
Against Rick and Buster.
Buster didn't even agree to this.
Well,
we're going to get in touch with Buster.
Yeah.
Right, but who's going to pay because that means, guess who gets the payoff if we lose? Rick gets to pay it off if we lose.
No, not necessarily.
Not necessarily. You're full of crap.
No, we know how this is going to go.
Let's bet something so small. Let's bet something tiny. Let's just bet a bowl of carrots. It's the principle.
But you want someone that takes it serious. Who takes it more serious than Buster?
Right, but it's not even. He picked. It's not. It's not
he
the
also
wager.
picked the Cincinnati Reds to win the NL Central last year.
I think he had Ellie De La Cruz to win the MVP.
Yeah.
It's not. But it's not the price of what it's going to cost when someone loses. It's the losing. I don't care if it's a bowl of carrots. I don't care if it's something small. It's your man. I don't care what it is. I don't want to lose.
But what if you win?
Yeah, you win now. You're heroic.
Yeah.
Right, but we don't celebrate it enough to even make it worth my while.
How about we have a parade? If you win,
make me do
we throw
picks.
an office parade for you.
You make me do picks. We talk about it maybe twice all season long, and then somebody wins. We say, hey, and that's it.
The first of every month, we will stop the show and spend
it's not worth
at
the
least
mental
2
suffering
segments
I have to go
dissecting the
through.
picks.
No, but see, now you're just doing it out of spite because you've been
'cause
called
he's full
out
of-
on it.
See, he's full of crap. So I'm talking about, Raymond.
Which is one of the reasons why I don't care for it.
Thank you.
And because you guys lost.
No, I don't even know if it's that we lost.
It's been mentioned
the
on
amount
air
of
like
work
two
that
times.
Right.
2 times.
It's the amount of work that I actually put in to try to figure out what I want to do, and then there's no payoff.
All right, picks are dead.
All right, great. Well, you know what? Before they officially die, we're going to need that last breakfast.
I'll tell you, I'm going to take you guys for those beautiful, delicious pancakes.
No, why do I have to get punished here? Because I won.
You're punishing you. He's your teammate.
You didn't. What do you mean? I won. We won.
We won.
You said I.
Well, yeah, but you're the one that loves that place. I don't love that place.
I'll get the delicious feet pancakes just for you.
It felt like it was pancakes that tasted like feet at RJ's place.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Interesting. You know what feet taste like.
Oh, my. So picks are dead. So we've established picks are dead.
Seems
At
that
the
way.
moment, picks are dead, yeah.
Well, we have
Great.
too many outstanding debts. We need to square some things first.
Well, I
Buster,
believe
we
that
can't do
the
anything
Raymond
about.
breakfast will get paid off. I
Right.
believe that the so Rayo's 2 breakfasts.
Yeah, I totally forgot. I actually
Wait,
lost
why do
track
I
of
owe
our
2?
breakfast. Well, because our team lost.
You owe the baseball
You owe
picks
a-
and you owe the Survivor.
That got
picks.
us 2 other free breakfasts.
There's only really 2. Because Buster's, we're at the mercy when Buster's in town.
That's not
And
going to
then
happen.
Dave's
That's
not
gonna
going to do
happen.
his until he has to do it. Or when we schedule to do it. So that's not even outstanding yet.
Mine's not outstanding yet.
No, I think we got 2 that have to be, we got to clean up the 2.
All right, so let's clean up the 2. Let's take a break. So now we've established we're not doing baseball picks. I got a nice email. I'll read that to you in a couple moments. Get to the calls on the Mets and Yankees. Jasson Domínguez, he's going to start in the minor leagues, which makes a ton of sense. So there's a lot to do today. 800-919-3776. We got Field's newest mock draft. We're less than a month away from the draft. Lot going on. Knicks in action tonight. DNR with you right here on ESPN New York.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do 1 hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips, and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. A member of the Montefiore Health System.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
Dang, I forgot the wakeboard. How am I supposed to enjoy myself without my favorite water activity? I mean, sure, we could still go tubing, fishing, or even just relax on a floaty, but without the wakeboard, what's the point?
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. This is not going well via email and Twitter for you right now.
Why? What happened?
People are very upset with you.
About what?
That you're killing the picks.
What? These people are idiots. We don't even talk about the picks.
They're very
We
upset.
mentioned we had updates on the picks maybe twice all season long.
I feel like it was more than that.
No, it wasn't. RJ, how many times did we update the picks? Twice, maybe?
4 to 6 times, I would
You
say.
did it. You didn't even know who won.
We probably updated it
forgot.
once at the All-Star break and another time towards the end.
And no one had any idea who won at the end. We didn't have a day where we talked about it. We didn't break any of it down.
The problem here is that Rick put so much work into everything.
And still lost.
But no, that's not the point.
That's not the point, you moron.
He's going to drive himself nuts. And he would. I do believe there are days like July 17th. Rick will wake up and be like, who did we have for Cy Young? Oh, we're losing. We need better out of this guy. I believe he thinks about it, and I believe you, Dave, unless spoken word is said, you do not think 1 second about it. I think that's his point.
It's exactly my point.
I think that's
RJ.
an accurate assessment.
Thank you.
And then Dave finds out he won, and breakfast.
Oh, that's right. I get a free breakfast.
What a time!
I mean, I'm simple like that. Just give me some egg whites and some crispy bacon, and away we go.
Otherwise, we'll hear about it on your roast every week about your fatty bacon.
You heard it 1 week.
No, 1 week, and then there was like 2 weeks off, and it was fatty bacon again.
I had trash in my coffee.
I still believe that trash was self-inflicted trash.
No.
I feel like somewhere along the line, you opened up a straw, that piece of straw went on your spoon, and you mixed your own coffee with it.
I'll tell you why that's not accurate. The straw wrapper was clear. And
what about a sugar packet?
But it wasn't a sugar packet.
What was it?
It was just it looked like a wrapping to a silverware packet or something like that.
How big was this? How big was the
bottom of my coffee?
How big was the garbage though? Was it like a big piece?
Big enough. If you put it in your mouth, you couldn't swallow it. You'd have to chew it.
No.
Okay, you win. That was someone left.
I mean, I'd like to see you go to a restaurant, have a piece of trash in your beverage, and be like, "Oh, no big deal."
I probably wouldn't power through it. You're right. I would ask for a different.
It was disgusting.
Yeah, it's gross. Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine nothing better for a diet than seeing a piece of hair in your food.
Oh, I don't know, because
this is a great conversation.
There's that split second where you have to decide: could I pretend that's my hair?
Right.
Am I hungry enough to
The most
pretend?
upsetting thing is when you see the hair and it's like a long hair, and you're like, "That's a woman's hair," and I'm here by myself.
You are right, though. You have about, I'd say, 1 to 2 seconds to decide: are we powering through the meal, or are we punting? We're leaving.
Yeah. Is this my hair, or can I make myself believe that this is my hair? Because I'm really hungry and that looks delicious.
It really depends how hungry you are. Yeah.
But I think the delicious look dissipates very quickly when you see the hair in the food.
Yes, that's true.
Very quickly.
But I also think you recognize I'm hungry. I'd like to eat the food because I ordered it. And then also, I don't love my chances of sending this back.
Oh, no.
And then having it come back.
What percentage of food that you send back would you say is returned less desirable than it went in? Do you think most places you send it back, like, this is not hot enough, or this is whatever? And
I think it depends on what the complaint is.
You think most places are like doing stuff with it?
You'd have to ask someone that works.
You have to assume that they are.
You
have to assume that they are.
Oh God!
I never send food back.
Ever?
It scares me. Yeah. I've just heard stories.
Yeah, but sometimes you have no choice, though. Like, if you order...
Sometimes you actually have to, sure. Like, and the best you can do is try not to be a jerk about it.
Here's my biggest pet peeve about it, because I don't send food back either, though. But if you have kids, and your kid orders a cheeseburger, like, I don't want my kid eating, like, rare burgers. And then the burger comes, and it looks like it's still mooing, and it's like, I have to send this back.
Right. You have no choice, but could you cook this a little more? How about this is great. We're so tired. On our way back from visiting Ben in the fall, we stop at a diner on the way home, and Sherry orders one of those, they had like those burgers with the fries and that like burger deluxe thing that they offer.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So she gets that. It's delivered, and she's like, I don't see the burger. I'm like, what? She's like, am I missing it? And she opens the bun. She's like, where's the burger? I was
there was no.
I also don't see the burger. And I'm like, is it under the fries? Is it under the lettuce and tomato? They forgot the burger. And she's like, excuse me.
What'd you think it was, a burger hunt? Like, yeah, they hit it in the plate?
I was like, I don't. It's like, it has to be there. Have you ever heard of that, where they don't give you the burger?
No. It must have been sitting there waiting for service. Like, hey, get this thing all ready. We'll flop the burger on the bun.
Right, and they brought it out before. That's exactly what happened. And she's like, excuse me. She's like, I can't. I remember. She's like, I can't find the burger.
Well, that implies that there's a beef patty somewhere, and they just didn't realize. Oh, this was supposed to go somewhere.
And that's exactly what happened.
The guy runs out with the burger. Oh, miss, hold on, sorry.
Yeah. So the waitress brought the plate back, and they popped the burger on there, and she's like, I didn't want to say anything because I thought it was me.
Yeah, that's appetizing.
No.
You gotta, if you ordered a hamburger and there's no actual burger on the bun, you have to say something. It kind of
defeats the purpose, yes?
Right. You can't just eat the bun.
No, of course not.
That's crazy.
No. Even if you put ketchup on it. And the lettuce, tomato.
Right. It's some French fries. Like, I felt bad saying that there's no beef. You got to say something.
Vinny D emails in, my buddy quit working at a restaurant chain because someone sent food back, and the chef intentionally, dropped it in a mop bucket with a dirty rag.
Come on.
Well,
that's not right.
I saw that movie, Waiting.
Oh, don't they like wipe it in their bottoms?
They do a bunch of nasty things.
Let's not do this today. Let's not do this because I'm gonna have to eat. I don't. Now
Are you going out for dinner tonight?
Out. No, we're not going out for dinner tonight. But that's gonna get me grossed out.
Okay, we won't do it. I got an email from Pete C. Hey, Dave, my wife and I are on our way to Aruba right now.
Oh,
before boarding, we took some gummies. We're 30 minutes into the flight, and now we've actually just officially hit space.
Oh.
You guys are the best. I'll be listening every day this week by the pool.
You pretend like yours isn't like real drugs because the doctor gave it to you.
Oh, it's not. I was at the doctor yesterday, and he's like, how you doing on lorazepam? I was like, I'm fine. I don't have any flights coming up, so I'm good.
Your doctor's sounds like a dealer is what he sounds like.
What do you mean a dealer?
They
go through your medication.
Sounds like
how are
crack.
you on this? How are you on this?
Sounds like you done crack.
You went on one trip. That you said you only take it for flying. You've gone on one plane. Why would you be low?
He went on a trip, all right.
Well, he doesn't
Unless
know
you
how
were
much
eating
I'm flying.
it.
The pilot at one point said we are cruising at 37,000 feet, and my response to the child next to me, "Hey, buddy, we're in space."
Oh, I got Dave's high as a kite. The one kid's coding that's like 8 years old.
He's
Dave's
coding.
looking over going, I can't believe you can text message from space.
Yeah, I got this nerd kid is coding next to me.
And I got the 53-year-old that's high on his meds going, I can't believe I'm texting.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Oh.
But people back on Earth.
It's people on Earth, which is crazy.
People on back in the atmosphere. Unbelievable.
Beauty of technology. It's amazing.
Let's go to Stamatis in Astoria. Good morning, Stamatis.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you feeling today?
Really good.
Yes. Great show so far. So I'm calling because I'm a lifelong Met fan. I'm in the game for 41 years at this point. I started when I was in 85 when I was a kid and seen a lot of like high expectation years. You know, like I remember 87 was like, you know, we won the World Series. We were all crazy, like, you know, high, ready to go. Disappointment. 89 after the letdown in 88. You know,
88 was brutal.
So,
88 to me, 88 was the worst year ever because that was the best team in baseball, and they owned the Dodgers, and losing in that postseason series was awful.
Exactly. So, like, that sentiment kind of, like, you know, stays with me. Obviously, you know, as a Met fan, we have a lot of disappointment. But, you know, with that being said, I feel like last year was so bad, and what Stearns did by eliminating, I guess, the energy from last year, you know, and this new team that we're fielding obviously took a little time to put together. I think that he addressed a lot of question marks. I mean, like, the starting rotation's better in my eyes. You know, adding Peralta, we have an actual ace this year. Last year we didn't. There's a nice injection of youth as well. There's a lot of reasons to be excited about this team. Now, you know, stemming to what you guys talked about as far as when are you all in or not, that's where I have a little bit of an issue. It's like I feel last year, after 2 months, we're the best team in baseball. You know, so if you tell me this year, 2 months into the game, we're the best team in baseball, I'll take it, obviously. But it's the second half that I'm worried about. Because,
so what would have to happen for you to fully buy in on May 15th with this team?
I think that to me, it's a chemistry thing. Last year, even though the Mets had the best record in baseball, I think we could all remember Soto was not himself. He was kind of like, you know, I don't know, like jerky a little bit or whatever it was. So there was, even though they had the best record in baseball,
right, but that wasn't.
playing.
But Stamatis, that wasn't the reason why our season fell apart. It was. I mean, chemistry was not the same. It was because the rotation wasn't built to last, and then because the rotation stunk, it put too much emphasis on our bullpen, and our bullpen wore down, and our pitching was bad.
Yes, absolutely correct. But I think that's been addressed. You don't think that we're better off right now than we were last year?
I think it has. You know, having Nolan McLean for a full season now, bringing in Freddie Peralta. But I mean, are you fully sold on Kodai Senga's ability to stay healthy? No. So if he doesn't stay healthy, I mean, it's not like I'm sitting there trusting Minaya after what I've seen from Minaya over the last year plus spring training. Clay Holmes is good. David Peterson is good. The rotation is definitely better.
Correct. And the bullpen's better, too.
Well,
I'm not
you
sure
hope.
That's not true. I'm not
back
sold
into
on
the
Devin
bullpen,
Williams.
we'll see.
Right, I'm not sold on Devin Williams, but the middle relief is better as well. I mean, the Devin Williams project scares the crap out of me, but they got that other kid, what's his name, Ramsey, the kid that ate all the eggs.
Right, but you had the best closer in baseball, and you let him walk for $3 million.
No, I'm not happy
I still
about
don't
it.
understand
I'm
that.
still furious.
Well, nobody's happy about
I
that.
agree.
Thanks for the call, Stamatis. We got to run. Nobody's happy about it.
Listen, I love the Mets. I love them. I was just telling the story the other day at baseball about how I fell in love and why I'm such a huge Mets fan. I want them to be great. I think this team is going to be better. I think the chemistry thing, the locker room stuff, I think was an issue.
That was real, yes.
That was real. For whatever reason, I don't know why. I don't know what it was exactly. I don't know if it was Because you saw Lindor and Jeff McNeil have the dust-up. Was it a raccoon? Whatever the dust-up was. And they tried to downplay it. I don't know exactly how the chemistry was so off from what we saw the previous year. I mean, I don't want to believe it was just J.D. Martinez was gone and Jose Iglesias was gone and then the whole thing fell apart, because that looked like a team that loved each other the year before when they were on that magic carpet ride. Maybe that's just a David Stearns thing where, like, analytics doesn't account for that, but
it can't.
Hopefully they fix that.
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out soon. I want to tell you about my friends at Tricon Construction.
Wow.
All right, they're expanding all across New Jersey, taking on larger, more complex commercial projects and delivering at a big league level. If you're a developer who values precision, accountability, and execution, you need a construction partner who understands what's at stake. Timelines, capital, reputation. That's Tricon. They're building the right way with experienced leadership, disciplined project management, and a team that shows up ready. Serious projects, serious results. Visit TriconBuilds.com. Tricon, Tricon, builds.com.
Wow.
How is that?
That's
my first ever read for Tricon.
I know.
And I wanted to knock it out of the park.
Grand Slam. You know what that read tells me?
What?
That you care about them.
Because I love them.
You know what you don't care about?
The picks.
Is the clock. That you just savagely murdered.
Well, if I have such love and focus on Tricon, how can I love all these different things?
Because I think in your mind, you thought we already had our second break.
No, I knew.
Realized, like, so at 6:39, when you decided to go to the phones, you weren't like, hey, maybe we shouldn't now.
All right, so here's what's happened. I killed the clock, and now you're murdering a dead clock.
No,
it's our. I mean, we're at the reading now. We're at the service.
Really?
Yes.
Is there food?
Eulogy has been given. Repast is ready to go.
There's some snacks. Nothing crazy.
That's nice.
Yeah, the clock didn't have like a ton of family and friends, but
yeah,
that's the thing. I looked at it and I was like, okay, does this clock have a real life? Because if not, and it passes and perishes, does it really matter all that much?
You have
so much into his mentality revealed
you have
right
no
there.
respect for the clock's life.
None.
No.
Absolutely none. But at this moment, we should respect a little bit of the remnants of the clock and take a break. Come back, get to your calls on the Mets and the Yankees. Jasson Domínguez. Michael said something which is so bizarre to me that, if true, is an embarrassment. We'll get to that next as well. DNR with you, ESPN New York.
Score up to a $50 bonus bet daily during March matchups with BetMGM's free-to-play fast break game. Log in to BetMGM, play as the point guard, and choose to pass or go for a dunk. If you score, you'll win either a $50 bonus bet or boost token. The ball is always in your court with BetMGM, where you can take advantage of special offers and earn rewards points on every bet. Make a fast break during March matchups by playing as the point guard for your daily shot at a $50 bonus bet or boost token. BetMGM.com is where you can find full prize details and terms. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Additional terms and restrictions may apply. All rewards expire in 24 hours.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, get Verizon Fios and a line of mobile for just $64.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month. And unlimited welcome for $45 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips, and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. A member of the Montefiore Health System.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. I'm big on having the right game plan on the ice and at home, which is why I use Viking Pest Control myself as the pest control provider and proud partner of the New Jersey Devils. Viking has been protecting homes for over 45 years with expert pest control service and solutions tailored just for you. From ants and cockroaches to rodents, stinging insects, and backyard mosquitoes, Viking keeps pests out of your house and out of the play. Bundle pest control with mosquito services and save big. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Viking Pest Control, protecting your home inside and out.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HAWK to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HAWK to 321-321. That's HAWK to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Join DiPietro and Rothenberg Thursday, April 23rd for a special couch cast of Round 1 of the NFL Draft, presented by Calandra's Bakery. The Jets and Giants have 3 picks in the top 16, and Rick and Dave will react live as the first round unfolds. Let's go! From the big decisions to the big-time drama. Catch it all in this YouTube-only exclusive, and it's all from Calandra's Bakery and your home for football talk. ESPN New York.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. This is good for your feelings, the way you were feeling after the food conversation. Steve Hemberger says, guys, just to set your mind at ease, I worked in the food business 20 years. If anyone tampered with a customer's food, not only would they be fired immediately, they could be prosecuted. That is not normal behavior in restaurants.
All right, good.
So there you go.
I mean, but okay. So in his experience, that's great. But I also was at a Chipotle not long ago where the lady felt comfortable in front of everybody cutting steak and eating it. With
her fingers?
Well, she had gloves on, but still. I mean, this was...
So she was popping pieces of steak into her mouth while she was preparing food?
You've been to Chipotle, correct?
Yeah, of course.
Right. So she's cutting. You know how they have the cutting boards.
Right.
She's cutting the beautiful, beautifully cooked. I would hope it tasted like it, carne asada, and is taking bites of it as she's cutting it.
Yeah, I can't defend that.
Right. So I don't mean I don't know.
The ones I don't like you ever go to a deli? They have the gloves on, and then they either touch their face or put their hands in their hair. It's like, okay, you're defeating the whole purpose of the gloves.
We actually went to a famous pizza place, and the pizza is phenomenal. But that was, of course, my crazy wife's her first thing that she noticed was the guy that was actually making the pizza, no gloves, and was like, touching all the stuff that he's putting on the pizza.
Yeah, but if you do that and then it goes into the oven, doesn't it kill the germs?
Well, this is afterwards.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right, like there was some like a little finishing up that he would do as he was also handling the money.
Without gloves?
Without gloves, yeah.
Yeah, I understand why she would feel like that.
Right, but it was
crazy.
Right, but this was like he was the draw of coming to the place.
Uh-huh.
So it was kind of like
his bare hands were the draw.
I know. Whatever was coming from those hands onto that pizza, it was delicious. So it was a little something from all the money he was touching. I don't know. Delicious pizza.
All right. Let's go to Patty in Schenectady. Good morning, Patty. How are you?
Good morning, fellas. I'm doing well. I got a little Mets point. I want to say that I am pretty excited for the season. You know, obviously we know how last year went, especially after the tailgate. But, you know, I'm excited, but I want to say this. My only concern that has me, like you asked, like when will you be all in? My only concern when I'm not all in right now is that we were told that some of the offseason moves that they made were to bolster the defense. So they get rid of Nimmo, which is fine with me, to get Simeon,
he was hang on, second baseman. I mean, I think your point is very fair. Nimmo was not a good defensive player.
Patty, that wouldn't have been the one I pointed to. Like, Simeon is a good good defensive second baseman. And
No.
I'm
getting there. I promise. I promise. What I was saying is that we do that to get to defense, which I think is a good move. And then now we have question marks with Polanco at first and Bichette at third, which I'm fine with. I still have that little bit of trust, I guess. But to me, and again, Simeon's not the one I'm pointing to, but to me, that was like what set the move that set it in motion, that we're going to go try to get more defensive guys. Even like Luis Robert, when he's healthy, is obviously a very good defensive center fielder. So I'm fine with that. I'm just a little hesitant on I need to see Polanco play first, or if it's Vientos or whoever, I just need to see it before I can buy in on the defensive side being their strong suit with the pitching that they've added.
I think it's a very fair point and a good call, and thank you for it. My only hesitation would be the whole Nimmo aspect of it. You started with, they moved on from Nimmo was not a good left fielder. He had a noodle arm, and he just was not a great left fielder.
No,
so I wouldn't take that tack there.
Right, that's what I mean. I get what he's saying, and I
think he's right.
But I don't know. He's definitely right, but I'm not sure if that was just part of. I'm not saying all of it, because of course you want to. Saving runs is important. And I think the 5 years, as opposed, to make a 5-year commitment to Nimmo, knowing what he is defensively, knowing you got Juan Soto here for the next 14 years and he's not a great defensive outfielder. Like, do I want two of those guys for the next 5 years, or can I, add Semien for only 3 and we know he's a really good defensive, second baseman?
Right.
It felt like some of that also was like, hey, we need to explain to the fan base why exactly we're moving off Pete Alonso, and hope they feel comfortable about it. But then you turn around and bring in a guy who's never played first base and a guy who's never played third base. It's like, well, what?
It doesn't add up. I agree.
Just tell us you don't want Pete here anymore. That's it.
Right, which they basically told you from the jump. And then they had to bring him back because he hit that massive home run, and they had that great run in the postseason. I want to bring this up quickly. We can continue the discussion on the other side. Did you hear the K show at all yesterday?
I heard some of it. I don't think I heard what you're talking about. So
he said, and if this is true, this is insane. Yankee fans were booing Aaron Judge in Tampa the other day.
I saw on Twitter that he was getting criticized for that, but I think that he was reacting to a story that he read.
Right, but that's so. Let's hear the sound. RJ has the sound of Kay discussing it, and then we'll react to it off of the sound. Here's Michael yesterday on his show.
Of all the people that are in baseball, you're going to boo Aaron Judge? Are you out of your minds? In spring training. Now, if it's a game in June and the Yankees are struggling, bases loaded, bottom of the 9th inning, they're down by a run, and he strikes out, hey, you paid the money, boo him if you want. But you're going to boo this guy in spring training. Why? Because he didn't hit well in the championship game in the WBC? And one other thing, Yankee fans, the ones that booed, I'm not trying to paint all of you with a broad stroke. Every player that reveres Judge throughout Major League Baseball, they hear the boos. You think they want to go play in New York after that? If Aaron Judge, one of the best right-handed hitters of a generation, is going to get booed in spring training, you think they want to deal with it? Where they might just be ordinary? Where they might just be guys that can hit 270? This guy won his 3rd MVP, won a batting title, hits 50 home runs in his sleep, and he gets booed in spring training. Good job, people. You're really accomplishing a lot. You really are. I hope you're thrilled.
If you are one of the Yankee fans, and again, I'm sure it's not all of them, that are booing Aaron Judge in spring training, you have some real deep-seated issues.
Yeah, you got some issues. I think it was Heyman that wrote it.
Yes, I think that you're right.
I love the case there. Yeah, it's wild. I mean, and again, I don't know how many people were booing, but if you were booing, you're crazy.
Crazy.
Because you don't care about the WBC that much. You don't.
No. Like you don't care about the WBC that much, and he carries your team. He's the face of your organization. He's the best player in baseball. You got to boo the guy in spring training?
It makes no sense.
None.
He's a homegrown guy. He's
amazing.
He's the best player in baseball. Outside of when Ohtani pitches, he's won 3 MVPs. Could have been 4. I don't get it.
Because it will never ever make sense ever. Boo this guy. He's so good. It's embarrassing, actually.
It is embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. Yeah.
Well, no, we don't have much time because you keep doing this. Like right as we're getting ready to go to break. I'd like to make a point, but I don't want to get yelled at. So Let's
make the point. We're going to lead the 7 o'clock hour with your big voluptuous point.
Your clock management in the first hour, not great.
But how about my reads?
Reed's great, but your clock management.
Well, you know
did
what?
it yesterday.
So I brought it with Reed's today. I didn't bring it with clock management.
You teased Domínguez for like 2 straight hours yesterday, and we never got to it.
Well, today's another day. Maybe it was the sleepover tease. You don't know. NFL draft is coming up on April 23rd. New York is on the clock. Jets pick 2nd and 16th. Giants pick 5th. And we'll break it all down live. Join ESPN New York's Couchcast, your second screen for the NFL draft. Real-time reactions, instant takes, and everything New York fans care about. Watch along, react with us, and don't miss a single moment. ESPN New York, Couchcast, Draft Night, April 23rd, 8 o'clock, presented by Calandra's. Calandra's, right? Yes, Calandra's Bakery. And it's an Italian village as well. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to break. You have a point right at the top of the 7 o'clock hour in the most timely of ways. We're going to hear what that point is. DNR with you, ESPN New York. All right, let's see what's happening on the roads. Here she is. Welcome in, Debbie Duhame.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Rick. On this chilly spring morning, let's see what's happening. Oh, things heating up here at the inbound George Washington Bridge. All lanes blocked on the upper level with a car fire being worked on. It's an hour in at the George Washington Bridge. Upper level, lower level better. Lincoln 25, Holland 25. Troubles on the Cross Island North at Bell Boulevard with a crash. LIE West at Springfield Boulevard, a collision. 78 eastbound local lanes at the Garden State Parkway, a crash. And 21 south close to Route 3 in Clifton. Accident investigation. Sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance. If you have questions about youth or high school sports, Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA builds better athletes and better people through sports. Info at positivecoach.org. I'm Debbie Duhame, 880 ESPN New York.
Tricon Construction is expanding across New Jersey, taking on larger, more complex commercial projects and delivering at a big league level. If you're a developer who values precision, accountability, and execution, you need a construction partner who understands what's at stake, timelines, capital, reputation. That's Tricon. They're building the right way with experienced leadership, disciplined project management, and a team that shows up ready. Serious projects, serious results. Visit TriconBuilds.com, TriconBuilds.com.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Discover where your future can take you at SUNY Canton Spring Open House on Saturday, April 25th. Explore exciting new programs like data science and analytics and cybersecurity, designed to prepare you for today's most in-demand careers. Tour campus, meet faculty, connect with current students, and sit down with financial aid representatives. Plus, attendees can enter for a chance to win a scholarship. For registration details and information about courtesy bus trips from New York, email admissions@canton.edu. SUNY Canton, your future starts here.
Attention New York Verizon mobile customers. Score a massive win with award-winning Fios Home Internet for an incredible $20 a month guaranteed for 3 years. Switch today for savings you can count on. Call 1-800-VERIZON now. For new Fios customers with AutoPay, mobile and home discount enrollment required. 3-year price guarantee applies to the Fios base monthly rate only. Additional terms apply.
Put it in the box! This is your radio home for New York Mets baseball. 880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips, and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. A member of the Montefiore Health System.
Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up.
With Robinhood Prediction Markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood Prediction Markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
This college basketball tournament moment is brought to you by Marriott Bonvoy.
After rupturing his Achilles celebrating the team's Sun Belt Tournament championship, Georgia State head coach Ron Hunter was forced to roll the sidelines of the NCAA tournament on a stool with wheels. In the opening round, 14th-seeded Georgia State faced 3rd-seeded Baylor. Down 2, R.J. Hunter, the coach's son, hit a game-winning three-pointer, causing his father to fly off his stool, celebrating on the floor.
Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Harry Douglas here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
You know what you don't care about?
The picks.
Is the clock that you just savagely murdered.
All right, so here's what's happened. I killed the clock, and now you're murdering a dead clock.
No, we're at the reading now. We're at the service.
Really?
Yes.
Is there food?
Eulogy has been given.
There's some snacks. Nothing crazy.
That's nice.
The clock didn't have like a ton of family and friends.
Yeah.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
Does this clock have a real life? Because if not, and it passes and perishes, does it really matter all that much?
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
All right, that was a good bit. I like it. You guys did well there. Shame on me. I got to be better. And I will be in this hour. We're going to break. I don't care if you're in the middle of the greatest point in the history of the show. You will be interrupted fiercely, and we will go to break.
See, but this is what we don't want.
What do you not want?
Right. Like, I mean, John sends a nice text message just like phonetically spelling something out. And you're
Calandra.
Like, yeah, I'll be better. It's like, now you play the victim. And this is not what we need.
How is I playing the victim? RJ, did you think with my retort I was playing the victim?
No, but you're doing this whole thing now. I'll be better if you make it a point because I was chastised for being not just bad at the clock. You were horrific.
Right. We had a conversation about this yesterday.
Like RJ was talking about like what you did at the end of the hour as like it's not we just like it's a delay game because we just barely don't get the snap off. It's we got guys in motion. The center's not even the quarterback's not even lined up under center. It's a disaster.
A disaster.
And now I'm going to be the one that pays the price.
Hour. I'll be better this hour. How is that anything negative? I'm taking ownership. I'm saying it wasn't a good hour for me as far as clock management, and my goal with every fiber of my being is to be better in the 7 o'clock hour.
Right, but you got to go above and beyond now. Now it's going to be like as soon as we're supposed to go to break, we'll be mid-conversation, and you're going to break.
Well, what are you looking for?
Well, that's not great either. The timing of it. You know what to do. You're a pro. I mean, this is what you do for a living.
Apparently not really.
You're one of the best in the business.
You said I murdered the clock.
You did. You had a slip up. I don't think you're a serial killer of the clock. I just think you had one.
Okay. So it was an accidental death.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now you said, RJ, you have anything to add here? Because I know you're ready to jump all over me as well.
No, not at all. I have faith in you moving forward.
You sure?
I mean, we'll see, but yeah.
So
what's going to happen?
You don't believe in me?
No, we believe
Have
in you.
Positive feedback.
What's
Dave,
going to happen is you're going to go completely the other way. You're going to break it like the next break is what 7:15.
We got to go now.
So you'll break it like 7:10. You'll break it 7:10.
I mean, what would Bill Parcells do here? He wouldn't, come up and rub your shoulders and say, Dave, you know what? Like, no, he'd smack you on the helmet and say, do better. That's what we're doing here.
Tough love.
Calandra.
I believe in you.
I'm going to succeed this hour, I promise. All right, so you said you had something to add as the clock was getting murdered in the 6 o'clock hour. What was that?
I honestly don't even remember.
Come on.
I don't remember.
Are you kidding me?
That was 7 minutes ago.
I have this to add. I'm going to save it. Other side. We tease it. We send it back to you. You don't have any idea?
It was 7 minutes ago.
Oh, my God.
No, I'm
RJ,
joking.
is that my fault, too?
RJ, whose fault would that be?
RJ,
Seriously.
is that my fault that he can't remember?
Write the point down.
I mean, we're out of a timeout now. Now we just threw the ball over.
I'm running a play out of a timeout, and you don't know what's happening. You're like Kansas against the press.
It's a 7-minute timeout. It's a whole intermission. That's not a timeout.
So what?
You took a full intermission.
So at halftime, coach says, all right, guys, this is what I intend to do second half. And you run out, and you're like, hey, what did he want to do here?
No, it's like, remember that play we practiced in the first day of training camp? What was that play? I don't know. It was training camp. It was months ago.
You just said you had this great point. I have this incredible point we'll get to on the other side. Well, now we're on the other side.
I didn't say incredible point. I said I had a point. We were mid-conversation, and we had to go to break because it was almost 7 o'clock already. And I remembered it.
So what is
Luckily for you, I remembered it.
Okay.
So it's a point and a question at the same time.
Oh.
So I don't know because I've only played here, but I've been around guys that have played in different places and recognize that in certain markets there is feels like reverence to the player.
Yes.
That does not exist here.
No, that is correct.
And that's what this feels like this is. It's like,
but this goes above and beyond that. You're right.
Agreed. But I'm like with the Judge thing, because as much as the Stanton thing, like in opening day, they're booing him, doesn't make sense. I guess just being here long enough, you can kind of understand it because it feels like there's always that one guy with certain teams that ends up being the guy that the fan base wants to pile onto. Last year ended up being Volpe, right? Until Stanton proved himself, it now turned to Volpe. The Aaron Judge thing still makes no sense, and I don't know how many people were booing him because it's crazy time, but this is not the first time that this has happened. Remember the series against Houston? Coming out of that series, the Astros guys were talking about, like, how could you, like, you're booing Judge?
Right. It makes no sense.
So
you're also very correct, because I remember doing sports talk radio in Raleigh, and I would come down on the athletes when they weren't good.
Right.
And they're like, what are you doing? I was like, what do you mean, what am I doing? They're like, you don't beat up your own guys. I'm like, you don't? Of course you do.
Right.
So you're right. You go elsewhere. Philly, they'll crush their guys. Boston, they'll crush their guys. Chicago. But I would say the majority of cities around the country, they protect their own guys almost to a fault. And we do not do that here.
No,
I like the way we are better than just we protect our own guys no matter what. However, booing Aaron Judge in spring training is embarrassing.
It is embarrassing, but I think there's probably like a happy middle ground.
Why would you ever boo anybody in spring training?
You wouldn't, especially someone that's Aaron Judge, that does what Aaron Judge does for this team. I mean, what would this team, the team that you're running back right now, what would this team be without Aaron Judge? Seriously,
they would be a non-playoff team probably.
Right now, they're favored to win right now, they're the favorite to come out of the American League. Without Aaron Judge, I mean, they're probably not making the playoffs.
They're probably not making the playoffs. He's the best player in baseball. I mean, you can have the argument about Ohtani, and Ohtani does stuff Judge can't do. But as far as consistently the best player in baseball, it's Aaron Judge.
Yeah, not to
you have
mention
him
the fact,
here and you're booing the guy?
Right, not to mention the fact that there have been moments where he has not been Aaron Judge. I mean, outside of what you saw last year in the postseason. But last year in the postseason happened. Right? Like, I mean, we just watched it. He hit 500.
Not enough. Because what did it materialize to? What was the end game of Aaron Judge having a really good, great postseason? You beat the Red Sox, a team you felt you were far superior to, and you still got beat up by a team that was better than you.
Right. I mean, again, it wasn't because of Aaron Judge, though.
You're preaching to the choir.
I know. I just don't.
You know that I agree with this.
The idea that you would, of all people, like, I can understand booing certain players. I can understand booing, period. Like, I don't love it. I don't think it gets, like, what you're trying to do by booing the player isn't, I think, effective.
Well, the Rangers got booed last night at home, and I have no problem with that.
No,
they had 8 shots on goal. The power play looked like it had never, worked together, but like it was embarrassing. I have no problem with. I'm not anti-booing, but I think there's a time and a place for it. And spring training and that player are neither the time nor the place to boo.
No, correct. And then again, I don't know how that to Kay's other point, where guys aren't going to want to be Yankees because if they're going to boo Aaron Judge with how great he is, like, I mean, I'm not Aaron Judge, right? So I mean, I'm gonna sign up for that. Yeah, well, the Yankees consistently give you a chance to win, and they pay well.
It's also been like that forever. I mean, Reggie Jackson got booed, and Jeter got booed, and Rivera got booed. Everyone has been booed. So it's kind of a rite of passage in New York. I don't even know if it bothers him that much, or he's just like, this is what they do.
I think it probably aggravates him.
Yeah,
I think at a certain point it's more frustrating. Like, I mean, come on. Like, what are we doing? He feels it. He absolutely feels it because he recognizes, I mean, that you get to a certain point in your career where you're as good as Aaron Judge is, and you recognize, like, the trajectory of where this thing is going, and what it could be, what his legacy could be, unless he doesn't win a championship.
Well, you say unless like it's a foregone conclusion he will. I think.
I don't know. I mean,
he won't win a championship.
Okay, but he's that good. I don't know exactly what's going to happen with the lockout and everything else. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt right now. But I'm just saying, like, would that not frustrate you as a person? Like, as if you're Aaron Judge, and you realize that winning a championship in a team sport where you get up 4 times and maybe make a defensive play or 2 is going to be completely judged on your ability to win a championship after what you've done, what you've done personally.
I know this is sacrilege, but do you think if you had Derek Jeter on this team that this is a championship caliber team? No. Derek Jeter was great. And I want that to be put out there before I start this. Derek Jeter was on an unbelievable team. You go around, I mean, you had Mo, you had Pettit, you had Clemens, you had David Wells, you had Paul O'Neill, you had Bernie Williams, you had Tino, you had Posada, you had Brocious. I mean, you look up and down that Yankees team, and Jeter was great. But Jeter was on a great team and was able to add to that team. This idea,
they were the Dodgers.
They were the Dodgers.
Right.
They were unbeatable. They were, for the most part, unbeatable.
Right, but just the players that you just went through. That's essentially what the Dodgers have done now, though.
That's exactly right.
Right, like they have that group of superstars, and then how they've built the team around those superstars, the support. There's not a tremendous drop off, and now on top of that, you had Diaz and you had Kyle Tucker. What an
offseason, huh? What an offseason. You added the best 2 pieces in free agency this offseason.
Right. That would piss me off. It would. You got, there are guys available. And I'm not saying you got to get everybody because that's just not realistic. You're not going to get everybody, although it feels like the Dodgers get everybody. But it's like, there were guys available that could have upgraded your team as opposed to running this thing back. And we're running it back hoping that, Ryan McMahon figures like he can make some adjustments and be more effective offensively.
You said earlier today, the Cabrera at short. That's exciting, Yankees fans. Why? Just because it's not Volpe?
But that's one of those ones where you can understand, hey, we think Volpe's going to turn into a good player. We'll get into the Domínguez part of this too, which I think ties into the Volpe thing. But, we upgraded third base so we can live for a couple months or however long it is with, Caballero, who we'd rather off the bench playing every day at shortstop, or when Volpe comes back, as he's getting back to what we hope him to be, because we've upgraded. We added Bregman to third base, or we added Bichette to third base, right? Because we made a legitimate upgrade at third base.
That wasn't even a thought for the Yankees.
No, they're willing to take the better defense at third base, and hopefully Ryan McMahon can be better offensively. Which again, I don't know. Is that? And then you got Rosario. I don't
know. I don't know how any of the moves the Yankees made this offseason are really all that exciting. Other than they were a good team last year, and they'll probably be a very good team this year as well. But are they a better team? No, they're the same team.
Well, lineup-wise, yes. But, rotation-wise, they should be better.
They should be better eventually.
And then you don't have the Devin Williams of it all. Where, there were games that Devin Williams cost you. He's gone.
Yeah, he was terrible, yeah.
You like Bednar.
Right. But you got to get to Bednar, too. Do you like your bullpen as a totality? Right
no,
now?
I just think what the Dodgers what makes them so special right now and what they're doing is it's of course I'm not going to go pay Kyle Tucker $400 million, right? You can go in kind of almost what David Stearns did also. It's it looked like we had no idea what we were doing for a second, and then all of a sudden it's no, relax. The asking prices right now are outrageous. Once the market comes down to a level we feel more comfortable with, that's when we'll start, making our moves, pivoting, and everything we're going to do. Once you realize that these guys aren't getting long-term deals for $400 million, or that there's a chance I can get this guy on, it's going to be a lot of cash up front, but it's going to be, essentially a year-to-year commitment because there's opt-outs.
Right.
And I'm really trying to take full advantage of this, this next couple of years I have with Aaron Judge. Why not do that? We may not
agree. But are they? Are they doing everything in their power to win a championship with Aaron Judge? The answer is no.
It doesn't feel like it, and I'm sure
it doesn't feel like it.
I got to think he feels that way.
And that, I would think, has to be frustrating for Aaron Judge. All right, let's break because we're right on time. We'll come back. We've teased it for 2 days. It's going to be good conversation. Jasson Domínguez The Martian. Next, DNR with you, ESPN New York.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Become a Yankees Universe Fan Club member today. Explorer and Rookie membership packages are now available. And every Yankees Universe member receives a membership card, 2 tickets to a 2026 Yankees home game, access to a members-only website, and more. Plus, Rookie members receive an official New York Yankees t-shirt. And best of all, a portion of every membership supports Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, benefiting pediatric cancer research. Join Yankees Universe today. Visit Yankees.com/universe.
Time to bench those other job sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build your championship roster. What's the advantage? Well, with ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire someone fast, you get them fast. But you also get the MVP for your team. Plus, ZipRecruiter doesn't make candidates wait to take the shot. It passes the ball right to them. Building your team or scouting fresh talent? ZipRecruiter runs the full court with powerful technology that immediately gets your job in front of the right players. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have come to ZipRecruiter for their hiring needs. And why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster, smarter, and more efficient from post to hire before the competition can even cross half court. It's a slam dunk with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Try for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
It feels like everyone's sick right now. You aren't imagining it. Doctors say this is the worst cold and flu season in 25 years, and it's not over. I was just traveling. It was like everyone around me was coughing, sneezing, and sick. I can't afford to get sick, and I doubt you can either. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. Having a medical emergency kit is like having urgent care and pharmacy right in your home. It includes essential prescriptions like generic Z-Pak to help you get well faster, plus important antibiotics to treat pneumonia, strep throat, sinus and ear infections, nausea, even UTIs, and many more common and serious illnesses. It's your kit the moment you need it. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's genius. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. I can save you $45 when you use my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. Again, save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
If you're a contractor, you know how important data is to your business. And the data is clear. ServiceTitan customers increase their revenue by an average of 15% every single year. That doesn't happen by accident. From call booking to dispatch to marketing, payroll, project tracking, and more, ServiceTitan takes every single play you run to the next level. If you want to scale efficiently, there's only one answer. Visit ServiceTitan.com to learn more. That's ServiceTitan.com.
Progressive presents ways to save money that aren't bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive.
Thanks again for taking me to the game, man. I can't wait to get in there. By the way, what's in the bag?
Oh, I bring my own hot dog and peanuts. Saves a ton.
Savvy. And what about the beach chairs?
Why buy seats when you can save big and bring your own?
We can't get in without tickets.
Tickets? What do you think the portable TV is for?
Don't save money pretending to go to the game. You could save hundreds by switching to Progressive. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
Empower. After wanting one for years, Kevin is finally enjoying his new hot tub.
This is the life.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so now he could be a little bad.
Oh, no, not my phone.
Oh, Kevin. Kevin's phone may be in hot water, but his finances aren't. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. Calandras.
That's well said.
That's right. I was waiting for you to react off of that.
Well, I thought you were going.
No, just Calandra. I want it to be understood. Calandra. I can say it properly, and every time moving forward, that is my intent.
I know.
Calandras.
It's an Italian village.
I want to be the best version of me.
So I got an issue here.
Yeah.
I think you're the perfect person to talk to this about.
Okay.
Because you are the stream. You're the stream god.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're the movie guy. You got the list, everything else.
Yep.
Then you make us feel like less than, but whatever. You have great taste in movies. There is a huge, and RJ, you'll experience this soon. I don't know what the word. I know what I want to say, but I don't know how to exactly say it.
Groundswell?
Not groundswell. It's there's a
movement.
Not a movement. No, we're missing something here. Like there's a gap. There's like a
chasm.
A chasm. There's a huge chasm in missing. I can't find a decent kids movie. Like the kids are off of school. They want to watch something. We like to all watch together, and you look for something. Like we already saw Zootopia 2. Like there's no real like, hey, I could put my 11-year-old, my 9-year-old, and my 5-year-old, in front of a movie and watch it. I tried to find something last night, and it's this show One Piece. It's like they're telling me how it's like it's from an anime thing, and they have. So I'm like, okay, let's check it out early. Let's see if this is something that we can all watch.
Right.
We're like 5 minutes into the show, and the kid wants to, be a pirate, and he gets up, and he's standing there, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what he's going to do. He stabs himself in the face. I'm like, what? We can't watch this. What's happening? I was like, I can't have. We got to change this.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's up.
I mean, as much of a streaming hero and as I am and can be, I can't help you here. This is not my purview anymore. This is not my genre. I'm not in the kids' movies world.
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing. I'm trying to find. we were watching Percy Jackson. That's done. I got nothing. This guy stabs himself in the face.
RJ, can you help him? Do you have any kid shows you're watching currently?
I think I'm too young. We're out of not in your wheelhouse.
Right.
Yeah, he's probably still happy watching Bluey and stuff.
Yeah, Bluey's. I can tell Bluey is sunsetting these days.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Bluey's on the way down, but Blue had a good run. Yeah, I think the shows we're watching are too young.
Yeah, probably so.
Antonio, Bluey music, and
bingo.
Yet it didn't register for him to talk about
Bluey. Was that Renan?
Jordan?
That was Jordan.
That's actually really good.
That was Jordan.
Jordan is a piece of work, huh?
He really is.
All right, so let's get to Jasson Domínguez. What have they done here? See, I don't have an issue with him being sent down. My issue is it feels like you've completely devalued Jasson Domínguez.
Well, I mean, I don't think he's what he was value-wise.
Okay.
Right? Like, he was one of the Untouchables. He was the Martian.
That's the point, is he was a guy that you could have gotten something really good in return for, and now it feels like that won't happen anymore.
It feels like that's been one of Brian Cashman's biggest problems. And I think part of that is, I think that's his own doing, and I also think it's the circumstances of trying to win a championship every single year, and it's hard to do that with young players. Right? It's hard to have a young player have the kind of consistency that you're looking for to help your team win a championship. And now, I mean, you can blame some of this on Brian Cashman. You can also blame some of this on Jasson Domínguez.
What, that he's not capable of being the player that you needed him to be?
Right, you gave him an opportunity. Right? I mean, we all thought he was a center fielder, and hey, will he be able to make that transition to left field? Well, if he can play center field, I would imagine he'd be able to figure left field out. Turns out he wasn't good at left field. And then you dig into it in case, like, well, he wasn't good at center field anyway.
Right, he's not a good outfielder.
Okay, so what made you believe that he was going to be good enough defensively? I guess maybe it was, well, he's such a weapon offensively. He has all the attributes. He couldn't hit right-handed. And now you got a young player
which is his natural way of hitting.
Well, now you got a guy that's 23 years old that needs to play every day. And on this team, bringing Bellinger back and Grisham back, he's not going to play.
Right. So you send him down. And again, sending him down I don't think is the end of the world. But don't you have to be ahead of the curve? Like, if you're the Yankees and you're Brian Cashman, you're one of the smarter people in all of baseball, don't you have to see that he's not going to be the player you thought and hoped he would be before everyone else and say, you know what, I don't want to trade him, but there's kind of a glut of players in the outfield, and I'm going to trade him and get another piece to help Aaron Judge and the Yankees win the World Series last year or this year? Because now you think his value is the same as it was 2-3 years ago?
No, of course not. I don't think so. I mean, I don't know how it could be. Right? I mean, you made the decision going into this offseason to pay Trent Grisham $22 million.
Right.
Like, if you thought it was hey, you know, he's someone that you felt like would figure it out and could help you try to compete for a championship. Now, would you feel, I mean, would you felt like you needed to offer Trent Grisham? I don't want to hear about the draft picks. Would you felt like you needed to offer Trent Grisham a one-year deal for $22 million? It'd be like, no.
Right, if you felt like you could seamlessly hand it over to Domínguez, you would probably do that. Save money and spend money elsewhere.
Right, knowing that you were like, or hoping that you're going to bring Bellinger back. Like, the whole Grisham thing, I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know if that was, if I want to believe that was just insurance in case Bellinger didn't come back or whatever it was. I also get your point too, where it's like you gotta. Brian Cashman is good at his job. I mean, let's not say that, because to have the amount of success that he's had and win as consistently as he does, is impressive. But it does feel like he has, I don't know if you want to call it a blind spot, but like, you need to self-evaluate what you have, and you also understand your timelines.
Right.
I need to win with Aaron Judge now, so if there's a player available that can help us do that now or over the next couple of years, it's going to hurt to give someone like Jasson Domínguez away, but the reality is he's not going to help this version of this team over the next couple of years win.
He's not going to help Aaron Judge. I mean, I think we're approaching that. He's going to be 34 in a couple of weeks. You may not have baseball next year. How close is this guy to being in the major leagues? And at this point, you have to start to question, what is he going to be when he becomes an everyday player? Because it's been years now. So you could have unloaded him, and you could have gotten real value in return. Instead, you hold on to him, and now that is not going to match up with the window of Aaron Judge to win a World Series.
Right. He was one of those pieces that when you start looking at the deadline, like most best players available at the deadline and what it would take to get them, he would have been one of the names that could have got you that player.
You could have done it.
Yeah.
You could have gotten that bullpen arm. You could have gotten that starting pitcher. You could have gotten that electric bat. And now, no. Now you send him down.
Now you got the whole Spencer Jones of it, too.
Well, they're going to do the same thing with him.
And the other thing I would say, too, about this is that you have seen young players burst onto the scene and be really good. And then, for whatever reason, they have no real shelf life. Like, get you excited, and then it's like, well, this guy's going to be really good, and then turns out he's not.
Well, correct. And I don't know what he's going to be, but I like what the Mets have done. Hey, this is Carson Benja's job to win. He has a good spring training, and now right field is going to be, run by him. And if he's bad, you'll do something different, but they're going to give him a fair chance to be the right fielder.
Right. And I don't know exactly, though, if it's the same situation.
Well, it seems like Domínguez is more flawed than Benj because defensively he's just not very good.
Right. Defensively, he's definitely, if you're going to play a left field the way Jasson Domínguez plays a left field, offensively you got to be
elite. And
really
you can't
good.
DH because you have a stopgap there.
And then, but I also see when you look at what the Mets have done, and you look at, right, you got Pichette at third, Lindor at short, Semien, who's an older player, at second base. I don't know what exactly. We don't know really exactly what is going to happen at first base on a consistent basis. But you got a guy that's, he's not a young guy playing first base. Like, if it's Jorge Polanco, he's not a young guy. And I got Soto on left. I got Luis. So you have a veteran team, right? Alvarez has been here. He's a younger player, but he's been here.
Right.
So I could understand why, you know what I mean? Even in a year where you're trying to win the division, and the expectations are going to naturally be high because of all the money you spend, coming off 83 wins, that you can have a Carson Benj in right field. Right, like you're gonna have to have some youth somewhere.
Right, exactly. And I think the Yankees have. I will say this: I think they've misplayed their hand. Not that he has to be up now in your starting center field or left field or whatever, but that you can't get anything out of him right now, and you didn't trade him. And you agree you're
at
in
the height of his value.
You're in a must-win window, right?
Yeah, well, at the height of his value too, and it's not the first time it's happened. It's like we hear this guy's going to be this, this guy's going to be great. We can't trade him. Well, how come we didn't make this move? We can't trade this guy. He's going to be too good. Right? Like, I mean, when they traded for Montas, right? They had the opportunity to go big game hunting, and they're like, well, no, we don't want to give up what it's going to take to get that guy, so we'll go Frankie Montas. Frankie Montas stinks, and then you keep that guy, you watch him play, and you're like, whoa, why was he untouchable? Like, he's not helping this team. They've done it too many. This is not the first time
That's
that
right.
they've done it.
It's kind of a pattern. The Yankees don't develop and have an appropriate game plan, it feels like, with their young players.
Well, it seems like in the moment, like a convenient excuse, like, hey, here's why we didn't do the deal, because we have guys in the minors that are that good and we don't want to trade them. And then by the time you finally see that guy, that was the excuse for not trading for the big league guy that could help us now, you're underwhelmed with what you see.
And when is the last guy the Yankees brought up that had tremendous buzz around him that they brought up that was just awesome?
Gary Sanchez.
Okay, that's a long time ago now. That'd be a decade ago.
Bird was good.
Bird was good for a minute.
Right, but that's the other part. Like, they were good when you saw, and then it just never.
Volpe was supposed to be
Miguel
that guy.
Andujar,
He's not developed into that guy.
Miguel Andujar was good
for a minute.
Yeah, that's the other part.
Thing. Of it. There's no staying power with these guys.
Well, and it's also, I got to imagine, just as a young kid trying to break in for the Yankees and then having the expectations that to always win a championship is not easy either. It's not easy to develop, or
I'm sure it's not.
Look what Anthony Volpe's going through.
New York is not for everybody. There's no doubt about it.
Especially when you're as highly touted as these guys.
Yes. But you'd figure some of them would pan out.
You would hope.
You would figure. Just the odds are that some of them are going to pan out. None of them pan out.
It's just, it's not. It's just hard to develop here because
I understand.
The fan base isn't going to live with the ups and downs. And then once you get down, it's tough to get back.
It is tough to get back. Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Your Islanders hosting the lowly Blackhawks tonight, 7 o'clock. Then 7:30, Knicks welcome the Pelicans to the Garden. 8 o'clock, Devils visit the Stars. And that's Game Time brought to you by Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Very timely. We're going to take a break, come back, calls lined up, and we have Field Yates' brand new mock draft. DNR with you, ESPN New York.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
This baseball season, FanDuel is letting you choose your own reward for opening week. Betting customizations that transform how you experience the game. Make your choice and the reward will be ready to use on your next MLB bet. FanDuel is the home of home runs. Gotta love Soto and Judge early in the season, man. How can you not? So, ready to play your game? Head to FanDuel.com/local to choose your reward for MLB's opening week. Betting customizations that transform how you experience the game. Make your choice and the reward will be ready to use on your next MLB bet. FanDuel is the home of home runs. FanDuel, an official partner of the MLB. 21 and over in Findlay, Present, New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration. Leg requirements and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips, and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. A member of the Montefiore Health System.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk.
For a limited time, get Verizon Fios and a line of mobile for just $64.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month. And unlimited welcome for $45 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Out on the course, they're the PGA Tour's best players. But in the arena, they're prime time. And Season 2 of TGL presented by SoFi is back with lights, cameras, action. We're talking big moments, big personalities, big names in the stands, all on the big screen. Big-time matchups with shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, overtime, and playoffs. It's city versus city, squad versus squad. The sport just hits different under the lights. It's TGL presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf. Tune into every match. Only on ESPN.
During Lowe's Pro Savings Days, the job works in your favor. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members buy more and save more on the materials they rely on every day. Get up to 25% off select molding when you spend $1,000 or more, and up to 25% off Pergo Evercraft laminate flooring. Put Pro Savings Days to work for you. Members get more at Lowe's. Valid through 3/27. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit the Pro Desk or Lowes.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
It's about time delivery worked on your schedule. Same day, next day, or scheduled in advance. However you plan it, the Home Depot delivers the whole job. From drywall to doors, plumbing to paint, we'll get it there when you need it. Because on the job site, timing is everything. You order, we deliver. It's that easy. The Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Jalen Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
Calandras. DNR with you, ESPN New York. What? I can say it now. I say it well, and I'm going to say it loud and proud.
You should be proud, because you know what? If you're not going to be a guy that does the clock well today.
But I'm better with the clock now. We're right on target.
Okay, but I mean, you messed up a whole hour. I mean,
okay,
like,
but I mean, if I don't have a chance to redeem myself, then what's the point of even finishing the show
I was
today?
going to try to give you a compliment.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, if you're not going to be good at the clock, and you're not going to be great teasing things today, I mean, you can make sure that you do one thing great, which is your reads, and you're doing a hell of a job.
You feel like my reads are top shelf today?
I think your Tricon. I think Luke is somewhere smiling after that Tricon read.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, the pronunciation now is spot on.
Calandras.
Oh, baby.
It's an Italian village.
It really is.
I'd like to go there at some point.
I think you'd like it.
You think they'd have me?
I think they would. I think they would absolutely have you.
Really?
Yeah.
That could be dangerous for me, though.
It could be. You're going to have to commit.
A house of cannoli?
House of, delicious pastries. The pasta that they brought to the table looked ridiculous, too. So you're going to have to decide calorie-wise what you're willing to do and how you divvy up those calories that day. Yeah.
It's probably not a safe space for me right now.
I think if you take it as your cheat day.
Yeah, but I could really cheat there. I could probably walk in there and have 6,000 calories.
Easy. But then you get right back on the wagon.
Yeah, but that's dangerous.
You know what they're doing now? Here's what they call it.
What do they call it?
It's called a refeed day.
A refeed.
You got to refeed your body. So you get wild.
I like that.
Then you muck it up.
I like that. So we have Fields' new mock draft to get to.
Oh, that's nice.
We got the calls to get to. We have CMT to get to. And you should hear. Did you hear Raymond at the last commercial break?
He seemed a little spicy before I left. Yeah.
He is so combative with the Knicks. I fear no one. Bring anyone on. Nothing. I have fear of nothing in the Eastern Conference. I'm not scared of Boston. I'm not scared of Detroit. I don't care. Like, Ray, you're combative with your Knicks takes right now.
I mean, why are you acting so shocked? I said this weeks ago. Why are you so shocked all of a sudden?
I respect it.
It's jarring.
I'm just standing on business. I said what I said. I believe what I believe. Knicks take care of their three-point defense. They'll be fine.
What does that mean, be fine?
Get to the NBA Finals. That's
NBA Finals.
I believe they'll come out of the Eastern Conference when it's all said and done.
Okay.
Well, Raymond has put all his blood, sweat, and tears into this team. He believes.
Then you would be heroic, Raymond.
I don't think that's heroic. I'm just looking at what's in front there.
Like, and you're not scared of Boston at all?
No. Why? Why should you be scared of Boston?
Why?
You've beaten them 2 out of the 3. You get them one more time. I mean, listen, the Tatum thing's a great thing. It's great to see him out there, but I mean, he's not MVP level Jason Tatum.
Not yet.
No. Yeah, but the problem is Jaylen Brown is, though. I mean, we're pretending like it's just Jason Tatum. Like, Jaylen Brown has also had an unbelievable season.
Right, but it's still not quite the same Celtics team that gave you all that trouble in the regular season.
No pause for concern?
Well, the Cunningham thing, Cade's
going to be back and Cade's going to be fine.
He's going to be back. Will he be fine? That's a tough thing to overcome, which I'm still not quite sure what happened there.
I think he got kneed in the back, and then somehow, I mean, whatever it did, the damage it did punctured his lung.
Yeah.
It's rough.
It's not great, but
again,
I think he's going to be.
I think when it comes down to it, that the Knicks are a battle-tested team. They're a playoff-ready team, and I know you guys like to give Karl Anthony Towns the business all the time, but he's playing really, really good basketball.
It wasn't us. It was his former teammate that did it. We've been nice to Karl Anthony Towns. It's Dave, the one that doesn't like him.
Do you even know who
said
that
nothing
is?
for
do you even
weeks,
know who that,
maybe months now.
Do you even know who that former teammate is?
No.
Did you know who that guy was before?
No, I never.
Before
No,
Friday?
I still don't know who. If you said to me right now, I'll give you $1 million if you say his name. I don't even remember him.
My not. Like, okay.
What kind of not?
My not.
No.
Mine.
It's yours. You own it.
That's right. My not.
We've been nice to Karl Anthony Towns, Ray. Don't lump me into the same mix as Dave. Dave's the one that doesn't like him.
Okay. I don't love him, but I've said nothing negative about him in weeks. So why is anybody attacking me?
Because now it's Bridges. Now you get your sights on Bridges.
I expect. Listen, the expectation was going to the NBA Finals. This team is flawed. They are. Bridges has flaws, and I pointed them out, and I find them to be bothersome. Towns has
but all the
flaws.
teams in the East are.
What?
But all the teams that you're playing in the East are.
So, listen, the Knicks can shut me up, and I would love it. Go get to the championship round, and I will shut up, and I will apologize.
Yes. So, NBA Finals, you'll apologize.
A full music. I'll even handwrite an apology.
No, you won't.
I will read a handwritten apology.
I don't think any of us believe that.
Why?
Because I don't think you'll put in the time to write a handwritten apology. You'll say it, and then you'll be like, RJ, what time are we doing this handwritten apology? He'll say 7:15, and then you'll write the apology at 6:45.
Here's what I will do, and this is hand to God, okay? Knicks beat whoever, Eastern Conference Finals. They go to the NBA Finals. Before I go to bed that night, I will write out a full apology and read it on air the next day.
Oh, yeah.
Full apology.
All right.
Raymond, and I want to read this apology.
Raymond, do you like that?
Listen, he can do whatever he wants. He
doesn't care.
I don't need to give him approval for this sort of thing. You do what you want to do.
Would you like it?
It's fine. It's fine.
Rick, he doesn't care.
There's no making him happy. This is the problem. Outside of his Jeep and some rubber duckies that he puts in his Jeep, nothing makes this man happy.
Well, that's not true.
Ray, the guy's going to... This is a man that doesn't believe in doing work.
Quack, quack.
His work is watching...
Why do you have to denigrate me?
His work is just watching shows. He's going to handwrite a letter the night before the show. And you don't like this?
I mean, you're talking about joy, but you've taken the joy entirely out of this thing. You're supposed to be enjoying the season for what it is. You've got a good basketball team around here for the first time in as long as I can remember, and you haven't enjoyed the journey whatsoever. You're just looking for things to complain about, and it's not just you. There's a lot of people in the fan base I've seen.
That's not true, and I don't think that's fair. I'm not looking for things. I think there are things to complain about. There is a baseline of where this team needs to get to this year. And I'm concerned that they won't meet that bare minimum.
But why do you feel that way?
Because I think they're flawed.
So
and
is everybody
I don't
else.
necessarily
so is
trust.
everybody else.
Okay. I mean, how exactly is
and who
Detroit
don't you
flawed?
trust? And who don't you trust?
I don't trust Cat.
Why?
Because
I think
in the big moments that he will not give you the best version of who he can
That's
be.
repeatedly been proven to not be true, though.
That's not true.
Like that is the guy. You keep pointing to like the elimination game last year, and I keep pointing to the fact that he got you 24 and 12 or 14 rebounds on one leg. The guy gets you. The guy consistently gets you 25. 12, 13 rebounds a game. He leads the league in rebounding. He's gotten the Defensive Player of the Game award several times for the Knicks this year. Like, you say he doesn't play defense. He's played really, really well over the last month and a half.
Listen,
like this
defense against Washington, I don't care. Defense against Boston in the second round, let me see that. Let me see where Brunson and Towns are not put into a blender defensively when we get to the postseason.
All right.
Okay? Let me be wrong.
All he wants you to do is just enjoy the journey.
I'm that's not who I am.
Yeah, you're focused on you're a destination guy.
I'm a destination guy.
Right. He's a let's get pilled up and get so high we don't remember the journey.
Maybe if the Knicks give you some pills, maybe you'll enjoy the journey then.
That's hysterical. RJ, you're so quiet here. Where are you with this conversation?
Probably somewhere in between. That's why I've remained quiet. Listen, I remember saying 2 weeks ago I thought they had as good a chance as anybody. I agree with what Ray is saying, but it also concerns me that I feel like you turn these games on like Friday against Brooklyn. If Brooklyn made any kind of effort to win that game, they drew up a half court shot out of a timeout to win the game. Like that was the look they wanted. I just don't. They're fooling around with a lot of teams right now that are beneath them, and you wonder if that is boredom, if that is.
I believe that's what it is. I think they get to the postseason, they're going to play with their food, but I just think some of the food you might not be able to just easily get past.
A lot of these recent games it's concerning. I 100% agree with that, but I keep pointing to, for me, it's cleaning up the 3-point defense and the rotations and all that stuff. Like if they do that, they'll be fine.
I mean, they check the boxes,
right? But you act like cleaning it up. How many games are left in the season, though, Ray?
Well, again, it's not even like how many games left in the season, because like you've seen the metrics over the last since they came back from the All-Star break. Like it's now legitimately a top 10 defense. Like you've seen that, and it's not just because they're playing bad competition. They were playing good teams, and they were doing really well.
And that's
that's
the magic number.
It's on tape. You know what they can do. It's not like, oh well, we're projecting something that they're not capable of. No, they're capable of doing it.
They have
We've
10
seen
games
it.
left. All right, so Ray, is anything less than an appearance in the NBA Finals a massive disappointment?
I've been on that train the entire season. Okay, absolutely.
Well, I hope I have to write this apology.
Well, they checked the box, right? That top 10 defense. It was like one team over the last couple of decades has won a title without being a top 10 defense. And
well, top 10 defense and top 10 offense, I believe.
And they're well. I mean, they're a top 5 in offense. The offense got better. Mike Brown's offense. I mean, we could say what we want. It is more efficient. They're playing more of a modern style of basketball. They're moving in transition more. But yeah,
I just and it's like that conversation we just had before, like how in other markets, like you can't say anything critical. I think we actively look for things to complain about when it comes to the Knicks. I think we do.
No, I don't think we actively look. I think there are very glaring things.
There are legitimate things to be concerned about, but like I think we actively look for things to complain about.
The Knicks act like they are this 5-time NBA champion the way they play sometimes, as if it's like, all right, don't worry, we know exactly what we'll do when we get to the postseason. I mean, the Pacers loss?
They don't have the skins on the wall to pretend like they're
right,
flip a switch.
And I find that to be upsetting. Now, can they just flip a switch when we get to game 1 of the postseason? I hope so, but I don't think that's. I'm looking for some. You think I'm looking to be in a dogfight against Brooklyn the other night and desperately have to find a way to win that game? No, I don't want any part of that. I want to turn that game off in the third quarter because the Knicks are up 31 points, which is what it should be against a team like that.
Right, but I could understand games like that.
Like, there's too many of them, though.
Well, I understand that, too. But, I mean, I guess I'm kind of probably with RJ in this one, where I think that there's a lot of people that haven't enjoyed this season and have now almost become more like it feels like this is like we're watching the Yankees now, where it's like, just get me through the regular season, and then, this team will be judged in the postseason, which does take away from the joy of watching your team, especially with where like this Knicks team was. I remember
But I
winning
feel like
17 games.
that's who we are as sports fans now. Like it's all end game.
I don't know if it's necessarily end game. I almost think it's like the people that choose to be more negative are almost being more negative because they don't really believe this team is good enough to win a championship anyway. Right? Like, if you really believe that this team was good enough to win a championship, would you necessarily nitpick the way that you nitpick? I think you nitpick because at the end of the day, if you're being truthful, you don't think this team is good enough to win a championship. You've said it a bunch of different times.
I don't think they are.
Which is the goal. It's not to get to the finals. The goal is to win a championship, and how close are we to doing that? And then, I mean, I would also say this to Raymond. All those things that Raymond's talking about are true, right? I mean, the metrics, the defense, how Cat has looked. I would say in defense of what Dave was saying, though, if we want to use what happened last season against Boston as a way to make ourselves feel better about what happened to us against the Pistons this season, well, those same conversations were happening last year against the Celtics, and we beat the Celtics in the playoffs. So why can't that happen this year? Well, I also saw Karl-Anthony Towns disappear multiple times during the playoffs last year. So even though we want to pretend like he's cleaned this thing up now, I just watched him in the postseason last year in big games go missing.
And it was not clean last year.
So, I mean, you can't have it both ways. But it keeps coming down to the same thing, is this team ultimately, and the decision to keep this team together or, go after Giannis will all depend on what happens in the postseason. Nothing that they've done this regular season is going to make their decision one way or another as to whether or not this team is the same or different.
No, and ultimately, I want the 2 seed, but if they get the 2, the 3, the 4, it's not going to matter. It's really not. I mean, what's going to matter is what do they do in the postseason? Do they go on a run? Do they get to the NBA Finals? If they don't, I think they'll probably break this team up.
Will matter, though. Whether or not they get the 2 or the 3 seed will matter.
It'll matter for home court, but I'm saying ultimately they
but that
need
matters,
to win
though.
these series.
Right, but ultimately that matters, though. Right? Like, I mean, we've seen this team play almost an entire season. They're much better at home than they are on the road.
I understand that, but I'm saying if they're the 2 and they lose in the second round, doesn't matter. If they're the 3 and they go to the NBA Final, doesn't matter. It matters to an extent. What they do in the postseason will determine the fate and the future of this organization.
Right, but to my point, which is why what you do during the regular season does matter. Right, the games that we're talking about, the games that you maybe messed around with and didn't win, that could end up costing you not having the 2 seed. And if you lose a Game 7 to Boston on the road because you're just not as good on the road, yeah, that's a problem. Or that will be ultimately a problem for this team because there's probably going to be changes made.
And they've lost game, and that stretch after they won the NBA Cup, if they don't wind up getting the seed that they hope to get, which is the 2, if they don't get the 2, you're going to look back at that stretch and be like, that's why they didn't get it.
Right.
Because they fell apart after that stupid NBA Cup.
Okay, and what doesn't make sense, and I think what people have a hard time wrapping their minds around, is what you were just talking about, was I could understand if OKC, went through something like this where it's like, hey, we can turn the switch, we can flip it because we just did it. Like we just won a championship. Like we have the ability, we know what we need to do because we already did it. The Florida Panthers going into, they were in the finals, they lost. They come back, they win the Stanley Cup. Followed it up with another Stanley Cup. Like they have the roadmap because they got to the finals and won. The Knicks have not. So like to sit here and pretend like, hey, we're fine. Like we'll be able to, we know exactly what we need to do. We'll turn it on. Well, you haven't been to the NBA. You haven't been to the finals, let alone win a championship. So
right. And you had a golden opportunity where everyone thought you were going to get there last year when you made it to the Eastern Conference Finals and you couldn't get by Indiana. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's go to AJ in Eastchester. We're going to do CMT in a few moments. AJ, good morning. You're on ESPN New York.
Good morning, fellas. How are we?
Good. What's going on, buddy?
So listen, Dave, I think you're hanging on some of these losses, not realizing that in most of those losses, like we're missing certain players. We're playing chess. I think Mike Brown's been playing chess with the lineups where Mitch is missing for obvious reasons. Where we want to keep him healthy to the playoffs, right? Or Josh Hart's missing, OG's missing on a lot of these losses that you're mentioning. Which again, it's frustrating. And it is what it is, but I think if you really take a step back and look at it, that's what it is.
How many players? How many players was Detroit missing coming out of the break?
Listen, again, that's a good point, Rick. I'm not going to argue with that. Like there have been some frustrating losses, but my main point, honestly, what I wanted to say is collectively, this team up and down the lineup is significantly better than it was last year. And we went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Who did we handle? We handled Detroit and we handled Boston. And to be honest with you, Ray was hitting every point. We're better on defense. We're better.
Right,
on
but did
offense.
we handle? I mean,
now.
right, but AJ, are we sure we want to use the word "we handled"? Like we handled Detroit, we handled Boston.
No, last year. Listen,
I know, but I don't know if I would use the word "we." I don't know if you would use the word "we handled." We didn't. I mean,
okay,
we got by them.
We
Yeah.
different team last year? Were we a different team last year than we are this year? And are
yeah,
we better
we're
this year?
listen. We're a deeper team this year for sure. I also don't know whether or not Mike Brown's going to be. We haven't seen Mike Brown coach in the playoffs either, right? Like, I mean, you also got rid of the coach that got you to the Eastern Conference Finals. As much as we don't want to give Tibbs any credit,
but I feel like with the way this team scores and the way we've been playing defense for the last 30 games of the season, like this has been a collective movement towards playoffs where they're showing significant progression to a point where it's like where you look at last year and you say, all right, that's what it was. And it was like, all right, we got to a point where Tibbs can't take us any further. And it kind of seemed drawn out. Now this year it's like, you're holding on where you're like, oh, wow, this could be something different. This could be, all right, we went to the Eastern Conference Finals with that team we had last year. Now this year with this team, wow, this could be something different. And we've already proven to beat some of the best teams.
But let me ask you, let me ask you a question, though.
OKC.
AJ, let me ask you a question, though. And I know the metrics and everything else, we want to point to the numbers, but coming out of the All-Star break, I mean, how many games would you point to that were like good, that were good wins? You're beating a lot of bad teams, but I mean, you lost to Detroit, who didn't have Dern or Stewart coming out of the break, and you were fully healthy. You lost that one. I guess the Houston win's a good win.
You lost all excited about how close you kept that game.
You lost to Cleveland. I guess you for whatever reason you just match up well against Denver. You beat Denver, but then you play like trash in L.A.
Yeah, but one last thing, honestly,
you beat Utah. You've beaten Utah, who's not. You beat Utah, who's not even trying to win. They got fined because they're so desperate not to win.
And you fell behind by like 18 points in that game.
You beat the Pacers. Golden State had no one playing at all. Brooklyn, you barely won. You beat Washington, who stinks. I mean, I don't like that's fine.
I'm not gonna disagree. There have been some frustrating losses. Listen, but I get like with the first season of Mike Brown, the first season of this iteration of what the Knicks are this season, I think it's all starting to come together, which is the point I think me and Ray are trying to get at, where it's like these last 30 games, it's all starting to prove that Mike Brown's really got to lock in on what he's got, what he has, the pieces and how they move, and really what it's becoming towards the playoffs. I think it's all coming together.
All
I
right.
really do.
You know what? We're going to all find out. We're not going to get to the end of this road, and thanks for the call, we're not going to get to the end of this road and be like, who is right? We're going to have an answer. And I want to be wrong. And I want to write the apology note, and I want to read it on air, and I want to make you weep, Raymond. I will write such an apology you won't know what hit you.
I can't wait for this.
Yeah.
And this is just we just got to get to the NBA Finals.
The moment the buzzer goes off and I finish jumping and spraying champagne, beer, whatever, across my head, I will sit down, pen to paper, and write an apology note.
Wow. I like this.
And a lengthy one at that.
Yes, make
paragraphs.
That's nice. Add some personal touches, too.
Oh, I will.
Okay, good.
I might even have like little sections of
qualification and eligibility requirements.
So make sure your tailgate doesn't. Why? What is the point of this? Who is doing this and why?
There's raw emotion there. What are you talking about?
No, that last one's one of my favorite of all time. That's not raw emotion.
So make sure your tailgate doesn't. No. If you not worried, that was not me. It was written wrong in the copy.
If you not worried.
If you not, it's what it said, and I was making a point. So make sure your tailgate doesn't. No. Do you have anything for him you can play? By the way,
you malfunctioned. I love it. But what other reason? I mean, they had one quad win. One quad win. One quad win. Right? Why? I'm your biggest advocate right now. I'm getting you handwritten apology essays, and you're now gonna start throwing shade at me.
Bold of you to assume this is all me.
No excuses. Play like a champion.
I see that little rat over there with his hand.
Just like I saw. Road. They lost early on in the season at Miami. No, that was. How is that possible?
I love that.
I don't like that you're looking at the playback and you now understand.
I can see you.
Yeah, I don't like.
Yeah,
this.
I can see you. I watched you dump me yesterday. I see it.
How is that possible? By the way, you're listening to DiPietro and Rothenberg on WHSQ, WCBS FM HD2 in New York. You got any other beauties you can drop here, RJ?
I think that's it.
You sure?
I like this one.
We're a band.
Yeah.
The four of us.
Mhm.
Like a new hot boy band
Uh-huh.
with an older gentleman.
That's a shot at me. It's not nice.
We got the young guys and then the 60-year-olds.
All right, honestly, if you were starting a boy band with anyone here on our show, RJ would be clearly the first pick.
A licky boom boom down.
I can
Absolutely.
sing, but RJ's got that young boy appeal.
Hey, he's got the youthful exuberance.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's tinier.
And he's got what does that mean?
He looks like a smaller, like, I mean, just
What
I
do you
think
mean? What does
size.
that mean? I think that's pretty
Well, I know what it
self-explanatory.
means, but why? Because he's tiny, would he be great in a boy band?
Because he looks younger. I mean, I think it plays into how like his youthfulness.
He
Yes,
can
a
pop
youth-
and
yeah,
lock.
but there's small people that look old.
I agree, but I think when you're talking about a 30-plus-year-old man that we're trying to make look like he's like, I don't know, late teens, early 20s, the height could benefit you. Like maybe he hasn't hit puberty yet. I don't know.
This is quite the reach here you have going on.
I'm grasping at straws. Okay,
You're doing well right now, real well.
I'm trying to stand up for you, Ray, and you're the one.
You're standing up for me. You're burying poor RJ.
That's fine because he's nasty. I see him over there.
RJ did nothing.
Hey, look, he did it again.
Yeah, I did
see him.
nothing.
I watched those hands. He dumped me yesterday for no reason.
They're weapons. Those hands are weapons.
I don't know about no reason.
I stand by. You can say that.
I don't think.
I don't think you can.
Well, no one would know, but everyone on YouTube heard it.
YouTube would.
Everyone on YouTube, they know what you said.
Yeah, and you get free.
I still don't know what you said, and it was about me.
And you're not gonna know.
You don't
Why?
need to know. It wasn't nice. You didn't deserve it.
It had to do with this.
I got some titillating news for you, my friend.
Right? Yeah. That may have been that word. I don't know. No one
You
knows.
said that?
Yeah, that's what I did or said.
I'll promise.
Just do whatever you want.
I sound like Linda Richmond.
Yeah, we're not sure what that was.
RJ?
Hi.
RJ!
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
CMT?
Yeah.
You prepared?
Uh-huh.
Good questions?
I hope.
Great questions.
And we'll see.
I got to
All
tell
right.
you too. By the way, we didn't talk about this because it was during the break.
You go ahead. You
I
take it.
am shocked that we didn't bring this up.
Well done.
I'm shocked we didn't bring this up. This man sat at a car dealership for 7 straight hours.
It's amazing.
What?
That's unbelievable.
RJ, in trading his car
Yeah, last year.
up in Rochester, traded in his car, got the new car, filled out all the paperwork for 7 hours.
Yeah, got there.
I
Like,
had no idea that it took that long.
got there like.
7 hours.
Well, we did everything. That was.
I don't care, RJ. I don't care if you handmade the car yourself.
I don't care if you signed papers that you now own the car dealership. 7 hours?
It's an entire day.
I mean, that was a test drive. That was everything.
Oh my goodness! I don't care if they tell you how to change the oil. I did
Right.
7 hours is crazy time.
Listen, we're thorough.
Yeah, you stayed there for the
Thorough.
whole day.
Listen,
Goodness.
When teams go to these pro days, you think they just pop in for an hour or two?
Yeah,
No.
but that's understood that you're going to spend 7 hours at a pro day. Nobody signs up for spending 7 hours at a dealership.
Never. That car better be by 7 hours. It better be just they give it to you.
You better have gotten the greatest deal in the history of mankind.
They should have given you an employee discount for that for being there for 7 hours.
I got a nice-
Were you on the payroll by the end?
I got a nice Wegman sub. I got 2 coffees.
This animal was there. Some
If
guy
you're there,
walked.
if it's to the point that you need 2 coffees, you're there
Ray,
way too long.
Ray, did you hear this? Some guy that works there asked his salesperson if he wanted something at Wegmans, and RJ goes, "I'd also like a sandwich from Wegmans."
Oh my God!
I'm not in the area very often. I love Wegman subs. If we're
So
going,
they brought you back a Wegman sub?
yeah. I mean, if we're making a trip, I want in. You ever had a Wegman sub?
How many meals did you have over that 7 hour span?
One. I could have gone for another. But on the way out, I took care of dinner for myself.
Were
This is
people
RJ.
walking
He
by
works-
you like, hey, RJ, how you doing?
This is RJ. He works here now.
I was very friendly.
7 hours at a car dealership.
Wow, I've never heard anything like it. That's crazy.
You waited them out, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, listen, I was glued to that chair. I wasn't going anywhere.
It sounds like he made money on the deal. He got a sub. He was drinking free Celsius. I mean, he made money.
Yeah,
Free
7
Celsius.
But
What
did
a
he
life.
really, though, 7 hours in a car dealership?
No,
That's
He'll
not
never get-
That's not
He'll never
winning.
get that time back.
And this was with Ange?
Yeah,
Where was Antonio?
with my mom. We're getting stuff done.
As a date night.
Yeah, it turned into one.
How many naps did he take?
Yeah, he actually graduated.
Yeah, that's right. He was reading by the time you went
Antonio
to pick him up.
drove the car home from the dealership.
Yeah.
He was there that long.
He walked in. He was shaving. Anyway, RJ.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. You ready?
5 minutes later.
I tried.
I am.
CMT?
Yeah.
Let's go.
To Cuddle. I'm servicing 3 times as many people as he's able to get to.
To marry. Not everyone can afford to take off work and pay whatever it costs to get a foursome.
Or to trash.
Let the wild rumpus begin.
That. Want a meat stick? Is the question.
I got to tell you, the showing on SportsCenter, the highlights of the UConn-Syracuse women's game, it's just jarring to see the
beatdown.
To see the score progression. It's like 72 to 18 or whatever it is.
You know what they say, RJ? Fud around and find out.
Is that what they say?
Oh, that's
Fud was a
very
problem.
funny.
That's
very
her thing.
funny.
I like it.
I
She was a problem yesterday.
We're learning all these things.
It's time for Cut My Trash, brought to you by the Parisman firm. So, you guys laid out nicely the pressure that is on Aaron Judge from the fan base. But I come to the two of you to sort out who on the Yankees, or involved with the Yankees, is facing the most pressure in their respective role this season.
All right, so let's see if we can figure this out.
I think you
What-
can.
What do you think he's going to go with? He's going to go with
Judge.
That's one. Not just players.
Judge Boone.
Yeah.
Cashman?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I don't mean
All right.
pressure as in like they're going to get rid of you. I just mean who's most likely to be blamed if it goes wrong.
Oh.
So who gets the blame if it goes wrong?
Yep.
This is a good one for Dave to answer first. I feel like there's no clear answer he has in
I'm
his
going to
mind right now.
marry Cashman. I just think that people are on their last legs with him, and he needs to produce. They need to win. It's been so
Plus,
long.
he's running it back, essentially.
Right. Right? Like, you look at the offseason moves, and nothing really rings true to you being like, I love that move. Maybe Weathers, but I don't know how much you could love that move. So I'm going to marry Cashman.
Imagine if it was Carl Weathers and he was just saying, it's all in the hips.
Yeah, that would be nice.
There is no tomorrow.
I'm going to...
I love when he shakes his hand and the fingers fall off of it. It's my favorite.
I'm going to cuddle Boone.
Interesting.
Because I feel like people don't really care for him much anyhow. And I'm going to trash Aaron Judge.
Wow.
And you're going to go in a different direction, it says.
No, I don't think I'm going to go in different directions. I'd also reckon, I mean, listen.
I mean, it's Aaron Judge, for God's sakes. The guy's
I know.
the MVP every year.
I know, but he just got booed. Apparently, John Heyman said he got booed at spring training.
Which is amazing and embarrassing.
And also understanding, like, we don't know what next year is going to look like. We're closer to the end than we are the beginning. How he's going to be judged, I think, as far as, like, what it really means. I'll marry Cashman. I'll cuddle Judge. I'll trash Boone.
By the way, I was watching...
How would you answer that question, RJ Yankees fan?
I would trash Aaron Judge. I think people at the end of the day will come to their senses and realize he's not the problem.
Will they really, though?
I don't know.
Doesn't seem that way.
I don't know. I hope so.
That we're going crazy about him.
Will they really? I don't know.
We're going crazy about the WBC, RJ.
That man can do no wrong in my mind. I know the playoffs are what they are, but listen, nobody's perfect, and he's the reason you're there. I would trash Aaron Judge. I would cuddle Aaron Boone, and I would marry Brian Cashman.
All right, so you agree with me. How about you, Ray?
Well, see, the thing is, I know Cashman's never actually going to be in any real trouble, so I'll marry.
But unless I'm misunderstanding the question, it's not about who's in trouble. It's about who will receive the most blame and vitriol.
In that case, it's Cashman, cuddle Boone, trash Judge.
So what we're saying is Rick is wrong.
Well, no, I answered it. I don't know if I answered it the same way you guys answered it. I also I just like when you said pressure. I was taking
that's kind of what I had
the
heard.
Pressure of the expectations from the fan base and what they'll be, and also the pressure
because I'm of
the
opinion that Brian Cashman is never actually under any real pressure. Just my opinion.
I read on, I believe it was in The Athletic, came out yesterday, about Brian Cashman, who gave the interview to The Athletic, talking about how the actual Yankee lineup comes to be.
I saw that was written.
Yeah, it was a good article.
Was that Chris Kirshner that did it?
It's possible.
Yeah.
It was a good article because it was dispelling
And then it was explaining it's all Aaron Boone that's making the lineup, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it was dispelling the notion that the front office must get eyes on the lineup, and it requires final approval. What that revealed was a lot of times the Yankee lineup will come to be the night before. Like off the game, Boone and Brad Ausmus will get together. And I believe the number they throw out was 90% of the time, the lineup they come up with after the game is what they roll out the next day. Occasionally, I think they check with some of the staff and hitting coaches and relievers that could come into play and things like that. But yeah, it was interesting. College hoops. 3 number 1 seeds left.
Okay, here's a quick question, though, because I'm reading the article right now.
Sorry. You get a taste of it.
I think this is interesting, though.
It is interesting. It's a good article.
Okay, how many different lineup combinations do you think the Yankees had in 2025?
So I know this.
I know you know it.
Dave?
I'd like to know what the other teams had.
I would also.
I mean, it's got to be a ton.
Well, you know what's funny, though, is if you asked A-Rod, right? And A-Rod's a big believer in continuity, and guys like to know where they're in the lineup. Like you walk into the clubhouse, hey, I'm batting third. That's my role. That's what I do.
Not with this team.
They had 133 different lineup combinations.
That is insane.
So they almost had a different lineup every single day.
Yeah.
So there were only 133. There were only 29 times where they had the same lineup.
And in the article, I believe, Rick, you have it right in front of you, but I believe they said that the other 29 teams do not operate this way in terms of the lineup, like giving the manager, if we're to believe, what was said, this much flexibility. I'd be curious what the other 29 do. Does that insinuate they have to float their lineup through the front office or through a greater power? I don't know. It was interesting. It was well done, though. College hoops. 3 number 1 seeds left. This is very straightforward. Cuddle, Murray, Trash. Which of them is going the furthest? Would that be Duke, who had a hiccup with Siena, but looked good following? Would it be Arizona, or would it be Michigan?
What's the question now?
Which number 1 seed is going the furthest? So Duke plays St. John's on Friday. Michigan plays number 4 Alabama, also on Friday.
Oh.
And on Thursday, it is Arizona and Arkansas, which is not easy.
No, Acuff is nasty.
Darius Acuff is so good.
All right, so I'm going to marry who I think is going the furthest.
That's right.
Oh. I'll trash Duke. I will cuddle.
Aww.
I will cuddle Arizona. I'll marry Michigan.
I'm going to agree with the trash. And I think Duke is terrific. I think Nganga not being healthy and Foster not being there at all. And the teams they have to play, St. John's followed by Michigan State or UConn. So I'm gonna trash Duke. I'm going to cuddle Michigan. I picked Arizona. I stand by Arizona. I think they're the most complete team. I will marry Arizona.
All righty. So I think I saw yesterday a headline from Danny Hurley. He's looking for all the smoke between. He wants a UConn St. John's matchup, which I would love.
Yeah, that would be great.
So my next question involves the both of them.
Look, this is a double college basketball question?
Yeah, I know. I thought about this if this was too much, but you know what? 'Tis the season.
Right. If not now, when?
If I handed you a team, not tailored by any of these coaches, but just a very good basketball team, and you had to make one tournament run to get the furthest, which coach would you want leading you?
Oh, so you're going to say, let's see if we can figure this out, Rick. I'm going to say Patino.
I gave you 2 of them. Yep.
Going to say Hurley.
Uh-huh.
Tom Izzo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, good job. You guys know me so well.
Ooh,
This is me?
Tournament run. This is you.
The fact that you have to trash anyone here is disrespectful.
I love how well you guys know me. This is great.
Is that not the point of the game?
I feel at home.
You are at home.
By the way, when I actually got home yesterday, Andrew was driving to work. She goes, Josephine, huh?
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Really?
Josephine loves you.
I said, listen, you got nothing to worry about. But just
Wait,
know.
What do you mean you got home and Andrew was driving to work?
No, she was driving to work when she was listening. And when I got home yesterday.
Oh.
So
you got a little talking to? As I was there, I saw a man standing. And quite frankly, he was beautiful. Tanned. handsome.
Oh,
Something out of a Greek mythology.
Yeah.
I said, listen, you got nothing to worry about, but just know I think she brings up some salient points.
It was RJ.
Oh.
What you say about him doesn't do justice. He is without a doubt the best-looking man at that station.
Now, I don't think that's true, but it's nice.
RJ's face should be displayed in a museum. It's a sin he's not a model.
That might be
gorgeous.
True. Yeah. Good points.
I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
Patino, Izzo, and Hurley.
Right. All right. So, random team win one game. Right?
A tournament run, but you could perceive it as one game, sure.
Okay. But with a random team, not with like their current.
Yeah, they
team.
can't craft their.
Yeah, it's your team. You got to put a coach in charge of it.
Okay. I'm going to marry Patino because he's shown that he can succeed with numerous different teams. I'm going to cuddle Hurley, and I'm going to trash Izzo. And the reason I trash Izzo is because Izzo puts these teams together in such a interesting, specific way where it's not always like the best players, it's the best fit for those guys. And they rebound differently and they play defense differently. And it's not always these 5-star guys. So I will trash Izzo, but obviously Tom Izzo is a great coach.
Cool. But I mean, the point you just made for Tom Izzo would actually, it feels like jumping into a situation.
I think it has to be a very specific team for him to succeed.
Right, but
I
it
think the
feels
other
like
guys might succeed with whatever team we're handing to them.
Okay, so the way I thought you described it was like he recognizes what guys do well and then puts them in.
He does, but I think he needs a specific guy to bring into his system. And if he takes over my team, I don't know that those are his guys.
Those aren't his guys.
Right. I think Patino can take almost anything and succeed with it.
Okay. All right. So I am going to marry. I'll marry Hurley, cuddle Patino, trash Izzo.
There's no wrong answer.
No, there's not.
What would you do, RJ?
I think I would marry for a short stint. I think I would marry Hurley.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's slightly crazy.
He's nuts.
No, I don't know about the slightly part.
But I love what he brings to the table. I would cuddle Patino, and I would lightly place in the trash receptacle Tom Izzo.
He's an older gentleman too. You wouldn't want him to hurt himself.
He's in his 70s, yeah.
By the way, I didn't tell you this, guys. I didn't tell you guys this yesterday. We got big issues.
What's wrong?
In the DiPietro / Fontana households.
It's happening now.
Well, what's
Cassie's mom broke her wrist.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Yep.
She fell?
She tripped, fell, caught herself with her hand, broke her wrist. Not great because she's actually helping my sister-in-law who just had their first baby.
Oh.
So trying to now have an infant with one arm, not ideal.
Oh no.
It's not great. No.
There's no surgery component here, right?
We don't know yet.
Oh.
It could be?
Could be, yeah.
It's that bad of a break.
It's not great.
Oh,
so this just happened.
This just recently happened. Yeah.
Well, I hope she recovers quickly.
Yeah.
That's nice you guys
to her. That's not good.
Well,
she's tough though. She's tough.
That's
Doesn't
tough.
matter how tough you are. If you have a broken wrist, you have a broken wrist.
That's tough for the sister-in-law game script. Like you got a
It's
parental.
tough.
That's been thrown right out the window, RJ.
Yeah, you got a parental figure coming in with a new baby. You're like, oh, we'll get some help. Gone.
Right.
New
And then
plan.
You really rely on that help.
Yeah, trying to add Doc to the mix. You're bringing in an older infant that the only difference is you don't have to change its diaper. You know what I mean?
Yet, right.
Yeah, yet.
Right. We'll get there, but we're not there yet.
Yeah, instead of reading, they read like the young kids read like the black and white books because they can't see colors yet. Like,
yeah.
Instead, he's reading like the spreads for the Bucks in 2026.
Yes.
No, I got to tell you, 3.5 here. It just doesn't make any sense.
Rick's gonna probably call me about his Major League Baseball picks. We're gonna have to start studying.
That's off the table, though.
I don't know yet. All right, relax.
Well, I'm going to need to know because RJ and I are going to have a tete-a-tete.
Yeah, right. You'll have plenty of time.
Well, that leads into the next.
Uh-oh.
So
where are you going to go?
Well, you listen,
where are you going to go?
There's no denying you've had a troubling last week or so.
Me?
Yeah, you've revealed some things that I think need to be discussed.
What did I do?
Well, for one,
you know what the amazing thing is? He's about to give 3 things which are apparently embarrassing, I don't even have any idea. Rick, do you know the three things?
One of them is
going to
be you high on the airplane is one of them.
That's one of them.
He probably will have no shame about it either.
Yeah, high is such a loose term.
What would you call it?
I phrased it using
I was medicated.
A plethora of drugs in outer space.
Explain the difference.
Second, you punted on the commentary with the bracket pool, and you didn't send the email until Wednesday night, which is just troubling. And third,
why don't you run the pool?
No, it's not my thing.
No, really.
It's not my thing.
I mean, it's like the ninth time you criticized me for this.
And
it really bothered him.
The third time, because I look forward to it so much. It comes from a place of love. And third, today, you killed the clock dead. Just dead.
Murdered.
Yeah. So much so we had a service in the 6 o'clock hour. So, Rick,
Shackled that too.
What concerns you the most? Is it the bracket pool handling? Is it the drug use in outer space? Or is it the clock?
I didn't use the drugs in outer space.
Yeah, they took you to outer space.
Before I went into orbit.
They were
kicked in outer space.
Very rarely when people use drugs, they talk about being high. You actually were high while high.
Yeah.
That's right.
Which is rare.
That was the beauty of the whole thing.
Yeah. Nice play on words, too.
Little did you realize, though, RJ, when he was texting you, he was still at the gate.
No, I wasn't. I was actually in space.
The plane hadn't taken off yet.
But Dave had. Oh, Dave had.
Oh, Dave was, yeah. But they're prescribed, right? His doctor gave them to him.
That's right.
What concerns me the most? I think the bracket. I got to marry that.
Are you kidding me?
We all look forward to it. It feels like there's some laziness creeping in here, and I don't like it. RJ was going to roast you on Friday. That's how upset he was about
Here's
it.
the big problem. Are you sure we ever go back to the way it used to be?
Yeah.
There's a lot of convenience with just running it, a standard pool.
Right.
I don't like running it like this. I don't feel like I'm in control.
Right, but the schedule doesn't change next year for you.
Of course it does.
I think
I'm not going to have bar mitzvahs. I'm going to have Florida trips. I'm not going to have any of this stuff.
Is Ben quitting baseball?
Yeah.
No, but I don't think that spring break aligns with the first 4 days of the tournament next year.
I think you need to keep it on ESPN.com, but just add the commentary.
Here's what I think. I think you should just shut up. All right, and allow me to run the pool the way I see fit.
You don't need to score it by hand.
I think you've got.
I like to do that. Okay.
I think you've reached the.
I churn butter too.
Do you now?
Yeah.
That's what you call it?
That's right. That's like a professional.
Yeah, I bet you do. I'll marry that. I'm gonna cuddle.
I hope you draft Ty Simpson.
I'm gonna cuddle the murdering of the clock today. It was. I mean, that wasn't just like, oops, I'm sorry. I hit you with my car. Kind of. That was.
I ran you over.
Yes.
And then I backed up on you.
Yes. And then did it again. That's concerning. And then I can't do anything about the drug use. I mean, this is when he flies. This is what he ends up being.
What does that mean? You can't do anything about the drug use.
I can't change it. I can't curb it. You fly, you're going to be high.
Have you done crack?
When I fly, Dave gets high. That's his motto.
By the way,
what do you do when you fly? You drink heavily?
No, I don't do anything. I read a book and fall asleep.
Oh, well, good for you.
By the way, you say Ty Simpson. I mean, Dan Orlovsky, like you guys mentioned, but when you listen to the sound, he's so convinced. Like, this is his guy.
Mm-hmm.
Ty Simpson.
Dan Orlovsky's back, baby.
Better than Fernando Mendoza.
He is back.
That was Cuddle My Trash, brought to you by the Perisman Firm. If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, call the Perisman Firm now, 718-WORKERS, and get the justice you deserve. The Perisman Firm, where your case is their cause.
Even though I'm not happy with you at all, even a little bit, I do like when you read to me. So why don't you read to me?
All right. I like that. This baseball season, FanDuel is letting you choose your own reward for opening week. Betting customizations that transform how you experience the game. Make your choice, and the reward will be ready to use on your next MLB bet. FanDuel's the home of home runs, so if you want to throw a few bucks on Aaron Judge hitting a homer for a game you're watching, or maybe Juan Soto doing the same, you can do it on FanDuel. So ready to play your game? Head to FanDuel.com/local to choose your reward for MLB's opening week. FanDuel, an official partner of the MLB, must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions do apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369.
That's well done. How about this?
Yeah.
Cam Polly emails in just to show you what savages people are. Remember when Dave fell on ice and broke his wrist? That was hilarious. Like, what do you think is actually the matter with people?
I That's a great question. I don't know. That's a great question.
I mean, someone gets hurt, has to go to the hospital, has x-rays, has a cast, and this animal thinks that's hysterical
I'm
stuff?
of the belief that there's now I couldn't put a number on it, but I would think there's a healthy percentage of people who just hate listen. They claim to hate you.
Dave.
They claim to hate you, but they can't stop listening.
Who do you think's more hated, Dave or me?
Do I have to answer that question?
You're a jerk.
Do I have to answer that question?
So you think it's me?
I do think it's you.
Okay. Let me ask you a follow-up to that. Without me on the show, does the show perish?
Of course.
Okay. All right. So I'm hated, but I'm important.
Yeah, it's like a trip for it's like a colonoscopy.
Yeah,
okay.
The show
I'm the human colonoscopy.
I'm the Euro step, and you're the colonoscopy.
You're the Euro step, and I'm the human colonoscopy. Fair. Let's break because I don't want to murder the clock any more than it's already been murdered today. 1-800-919-3776. We'll get to your baseball calls and Field's latest mock draft. DNR with you, ESPN New York. All right, let's see what's happening on the roads. I know she loves me, and she is Debbie Duhane.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Rick. Speaking of airports and airplanes, over at LaGuardia, only one runway open after Sunday night's incident there. Do expect departure delays at LaGuardia. We're seeing delays, guys, as you head to Route 1 south at Main Street in Edison with an accident being worked on. Brooklyn Bridge heavy in both directions, two separate accidents. LIE west at Springfield Boulevard, a collision. Sagdeco south at the LIE, an accident. Inbound George Washington Bridge, 90 minutes. Lincoln Tunnel 45, Holland 45. Sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance. If you have questions about youth or high school sports, Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA builds better athletes and better people through sports. Info at positivecoach.org. I'm Debbie Duhame on 880 ESPN New York.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips, and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. A member of the Montefiore Health System.
Attention New York Verizon mobile customers. Score a massive win with award-winning Fios Home Internet for an incredible $20 a month guaranteed for 3 years. Switch today for savings you can count on. Call 1-800-VERIZON now. For new Fios customers with AutoPay, mobile and home discount enrollment required. 3-year price guarantee applies to the Fios-based monthly rate only. Additional terms apply.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
If you manage an active facility, you don't have time for disruption. Tricon Construction specializes in working inside healthcare, commercial, and industrial buildings without shutting operations down. That means tight planning, clear communication, safe, disciplined execution, because when patients are inside, when tenants are working, when production can't stop, there's no margin for mistakes. When it has to be handled professionally and handled right, Tricon is the only choice. Visit TriconBuilds.com, TriconBuilds.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York. Mel Kiper, he joins us every Tuesday, and then you get the Field Yates mock drafts as well. And Field, he popped out a mock draft today. I got it right in front of me.
Okay.
You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
And here we go.
Oh, the music.
So we're under a month now.
Yep.
So like when we're 3-4 months, like it's so far away. Now we're under a month. Well, I think you know who he has going number 1. Mets manager Carlos Mendoza. Number 1.
You're not a good guy.
Not all the time. Number 2, and it feels like this is between 2 guys, and you talk to half the people, and they say Orville Reese. Well, Field is of the mindset David Bailey, Texas Tech, to the Jets at number 2. You're fine with that, right?
I'm fine with that, yeah. I think it's a question of being production. And I think when we have Mel on, he talks about his time at Stanford didn't have the production last year. I mean, the production's there. And then with Reese, it's has the potential higher ceiling. And then depending on how you feel like you can use him. I mean, you start talking about Micah Parsons as a comparable. I mean,
right.
I can see why that would be enticing.
Very enticing. Have you ever seen anything like this in the history of the NFL draft? Same school, 4 consecutive picks.
No.
And not only 4 consecutive picks 3 through 6. He has the Arizona Cardinals taking Orville Reese from The Ohio State. This one would pain me. Tennessee Titans taking Sonny Styles from The Ohio State. Giants at 5 taking safety Caleb Downs from The Ohio State. And Cleveland, 6th pick, taking wide receiver Carnell Tate from The Ohio State. But let's focus on the Giants here. I'd be fine with Caleb Downs. I think he's a difference maker. I still have hesitation about taking a safety 5th overall. And for me personally, I'd rather get Sonny Styles on the Giants defense.
Right, but I mean, in this mock, he has Styles going 4.
Styles is gone, right?
Right, so you can't even take him. The question is knowing how you're building your team, right? And this is, again, John Harbaugh had help in Baltimore, so this is kind of our first experience because it feels like John Harbaugh is running the entire franchise of how he's going to approach this. I mean, you do have a second-year quarterback, and you have the ability now where I could also take the best receiver there. Like, I don't know how he feels about that. You can do whatever you want
there, outside of taking the 4 guys selected before you.
Right. Like,
right? I mean, you could take, I don't like it. You could take Jeremiah Love. You could take Tate. You could take a different receiver if you like better. You could take Downs. You do anything there.
Right. So I know how he feels about, I think the reason why Mel has told us consistently he goes Caleb Downs or has gone Caleb Downs in the past is because of Kyle Hamilton in Baltimore.
Right.
Right.
Well, that would make sense.
It makes perfect sense. But I also know, like, I got Malik Neighbors coming back from a serious knee injury, and I put pieces around him and bring in Isaiah Likely. You like that move also, but I mean, I could also now seeing what wide receivers are going for. You want to talk about positional value?
They need everything.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, as far as like, if I draft the guy at 5, people keep wanting to point to the same thing: the money of this, right? Like, why you wouldn't take Jeremiah Love at 5? Because slotted in at 5, what he would make compared to what the best.
It's not financially, it's not a steal. Where if you get one of these other guys for 4 or 5 years, that becomes a financial windfall for you, really.
Right. Now look at what wide receivers are making. I mean, look what JSN has just done to the wide receiver market.
He just got $42 million a year.
Right. That's I correct me if I'm wrong. That's the second highest paid position right now on an annual, like average annual.
Yes.
Right. Because Myles Garrett was 40.
Quarterback, wide receiver.
Yeah.
So, again, I'm not going to freak out with Caleb Downs. Would I prefer Sonny Styles? Yes, but he's not available in this mock draft, so they can't get their hands on him. Jeremiah, I would love the Giants, if it's possible, to trade back, but I don't know that there's a guy that teams are going to want to jump up and grab. If there were, I would love if they did that. You think that's a real possibility, or you look at that as unlikely?
I don't know. Is anyone? I mean, you start looking at the players that are left according to what Field has mocked up here. Is anyone trading up to take Caleb Downs? If there's a thought that you want to put it out there that you're interested in Jeremiah Love because he might be the offensive weapon that teams would trade up for, but I mean, New Orleans just addressed running back, and so did Kansas City. Who else do you see? I mean, are the Rams desperate to trade? I don't know who else is trading up.
Washington, are they desperate to move up and grab Jeremiah Love? Are they concerned that there are two teams that are desperate for Jeremiah Love? I don't know. I'm just saying in a perfect world, that would be my dream scenario. Move down to 7 or 8 and get another couple of picks.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be nice, especially because even at 7, you're still getting... I mean, you're still probably getting... like one of the best receiver maybe at that point.
You got to imagine if a team is moving up, it's probably going to be not for the guy that you want, right? So then you don't have to really worry about that pick.
Yeah, I can't imagine someone. I don't know. I could trading up for a safety, but I don't know.
It also seems strange to trade up for a running back, doesn't it?
I don't think people consider him a running back though.
Okay.
He's been described more as an offensive
weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of like the way I look at RJ. He's just an all-purpose weapon.
Well, Raymond's nickname's the weapon, so
Yeah.
I don't know if we could have the same, but I see what you're saying. He's very versatile.
He's multifaceted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's good at everything.
Everything he does. Right. All right, so where do we leave off? So Ohio State, Browns, Cornell Tate. Washington, Jeremiah Love. Saints, they take Ruben's man crush, Ruben Bain. Chiefs, I haven't seen Jordan Tyson mocked this high very much. A lot of people think he's the number 1 receiver in the draft, but I guess injuries are a real concern with him. Chiefs would add Jordan Tyson, Arizona State. Bengals, Delane, the cornerback from LSU, who ran really well at his pro day yesterday. Dolphins keep the offensive lineman home from Miami, Mawanoa. Cowboys take McCoy, corner out of Tennessee. Rams take Freeling, the offensive lineman out of Georgia, and they've been mocked up to the Browns as high as 6 I've seen. Fano, however you say his name, the offensive lineman from Utah. Messidor, the edge from Miami, to the Bucks at 15. And your Jets, and I would love this pick, Mekhi Lemon, wide receiver USC to the Jets.
It's definitely something that the Jets need, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they need a lot, but again, you have a good offensive line. You have Brees. You got Garrett. Outside of Garrett, I mean, A.D. Mitchell was what in Indianapolis?
No, you need a legitimate number 2 receiver.
I need a legitimate number 2
Yes.
receiver, and then hope that Mason Taylor turns himself into a good tight end. But yeah, the Mekhi Lemon stuff, the combine stuff wasn't great.
No, he did not represent himself well at the combine.
Right, like he didn't necessarily do himself any favors. But as far as what you've seen on the field, yeah, I mean, I would also, just production-wise, would like that pick.
And then I didn't even realize, you know what this mock draft has?
A second round.
A second round!
Oh, yeah.
Who knew? So we do have a trade I want to tell you about. The Cardinals make a trade with Buffalo, and they take Ty Simpson at 26. So he has Ty Simpson falling all the way to 26. And then where are your Jets here? 33, right?
Yeah.
They take Colton Hood, cornerback out of Tennessee. And he's supposed to be a terrific corner.
I got to tell you, too, I don't love the Patriots getting Denzel Boston either.
Nor should you.
I
saw Chris Sims has Boston as his highest graded wide receiver in the draft.
Yeah. Like he feels like someone that's going to step on the field and just be productive.
That'd be terrifying.
Yeah.
I agree with that. But Jets would take another guy. Hopefully you could plug right in, and Colton Hood, cornerback out of Tennessee. Giants at 37 take Chase Besantis, the offensive guard from Texas A&M. And the Jets at 44 take Kristen Miller, defensive lineman from Georgia. So that's how it breaks down for the local teams in Field's latest and greatest mock draft.
Right. So let me ask you a question. If I gave you this 2-round mock, and I gave you, we haven't seen a 2-round mock from Mel yet, but I gave you Mel's first round, which, if you're a Jets fan, which one do you prefer?
So just refresh my memory. What did Mel have the Jets doing?
Mel has
Reese,
and RJ, right? Reese and Simpson is Mel's newest one.
Yes. He definitely had Simpson.
Okay, so Reese and Simpson, and then what you just got from Field.
I like personally what Field gave the Jets more than I like what Mel gave the Jets. Because I like Bailey better than Reese, and I'm very hesitant on Ty Simpson.
Dan Orlovsky is not.
Okay, well, Dan Orlovsky would obviously take what Mel did. You asked me what I would do. I don't love Ty Simpson.
Right.
Do you?
I just don't know if I like Ty Simpson.
I mean, if you love him, you have to take him.
I like Ty Simpson. I don't know if I like Ty Simpson for us, if that makes any sense.
It makes sense. So you think he's going to be a really good NFL quarterback. You just don't think that you guys can turn him into what he can be.
I think he showed you glimpses of what he's capable of doing. I don't know why there was such a drop-off. I might, if we want to give it, if we want to blame the injury or whatever we want to blame for it. But I definitely think early on in the season, you watched him play and you're like, whoa, okay, this kid has the potential to be a really good quarterback. And then by the end of it, I think we all kind of had the same opinion where it was like he should go back. Right? He's only started 15 games. Like, whatever you want to blame the decline in play on, if it's the injury, whatever, like he could use more time in college. He decided, no, I want to come out. I think he's, 23 years old.
Right.
I just know we don't have the patience here to develop him the right way. And I think he's going to be a quarterback that needs to go to the right spot, be developed the right way.
Well, you think the Cardinals is that spot?
Probably not. I don't think that's the spot either. The Rams would be a perfect spot.
So you think the Rams is that spot for him?
That would be a perfect spot for him. I just don't think we have the discipline to give this kid the time. Especially, what? Geno's in a much better spot than he was in last year. Let's not pretend like he's not.
Especially if you had Mekhi Lemon to the mix here.
But he had a really bad season.
Oh, he was terrible.
But
he was terrible with a reason that he was terrible.
I know, but he wasn't. He wasn't that great in his last season in Seattle either.
He was not. No, I don't think he's very good. I think he's a very pedestrian quarterback.
Right, he's 35 years old. So the second that he struggles, what the Jets fans going to want to see, and do we have the restraint in the patience and the discipline not to throw Ty Simpson out there?
Does any team outside of the Rams? How many teams do you think have the discipline to say we're not going to play a guy for? If not the full year, the first 12 games. Not a lot of teams. It's not easy to do that now.
Right, but here's the difference, though, is I also think you got to take into account the situation where you also have a coach that could be on the hot seat. So now I rush this kid into play. He's probably not ready, and now I'm making a change to a new coach, and I just used the 16th overall pick on a quarterback. Am I convinced that coach has seen enough of Ty Simpson or like Ty Simpson?
I don't know.
That I'm not going to take it in a draft that could be better? Right? Do you want to settle for a guy that you think is a good quarterback? Or
if you come in and you love one of the other quarterbacks, even if Ty Simpson was pretty good, you're going to want to take one of the other quarterbacks.
Right, as opposed to taking, to someone like Mekhi Lemon, who you know is a good wide receiver, that will still be a good wide receiver with whoever the new coach is going to be.
And the weird thing is the Giants had the situation where the quarterback was so good, he was actually a draw for the new coach coming in.
Right, he was so good that he made it possible to actually win games, which highlighted that your coach wasn't very good and got him fired.
The coach wasn't very good. Right, but a better coach will probably produce more wins, and that coach wanted the job partly because the quarterback showed how good he can be. So, I don't know, but I like this draft for the Jets a lot. A lot. If the Jets wind up with Bailey and Lemon, I think they've done well there.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think the big question is whether or not they decide in those first 4 picks to take Ty Simpson. Because it's not going to be anyone else. If you're going to take if you're going to draft him with 16, or you're going to take a couple of second round, you're going to take your 33rd overall pick and get back up into the first round to take the quarterback. Field has him going later in the first round.
Yeah,
depending
26.
on who you talk to. Shefty is guaranteed that he's going to be a first round pick. It's
He's
just now where
a,
in the first.
You're stupid not to take him in the first round.
Right now, where does he fall in the first round?
That's right. All right, let's break. Phone lines 800-919-3776. They're lit up. We can get into the baseball more of that. We can get into the St. John's and Duke of it coming up later this week. The Knicks in the game tonight need to win that game. They should win that game. So a lot going on. 800-919-3776. And, of course, the reaction to Fields' latest mock draft. The very same Field Yates that I beat. And where did they go to college? DNR with you, ESPN New York.
Score up to a $50 bonus bet daily during March matchups with BetMGM's free-to-play fast break game. Log in to BetMGM, play as the point guard, and choose to pass or go for a dunk. If you score, you'll win either a $50 bonus bet or boost token. The ball is always in your court with BetMGM, where you can take advantage of special offers and earn rewards points on every bet. Make a fast break during March matchups by playing as the point guard for your daily shot at a $50 bonus bet or boost token. BetMGM.com is where you can find full prize details and terms. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age to wager and physically present in New York only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Additional terms and restrictions may apply. All rewards expire in 24 hours.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Time to bench those other job sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build your championship roster. What's the advantage? Well, with ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire someone fast, you get them fast. But you also get the MVP for your team. Plus, ZipRecruiter doesn't make candidates wait to take the shot. It passes the ball right to them. Building your team or scouting fresh talent? ZipRecruiter runs the full court with powerful technology that immediately gets your job in front of the right players. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have come to ZipRecruiter for their hiring needs. And why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster, smarter, and more efficient from post to hire before the competition can even cross half court. It's a slam dunk with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Try for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Clinton Yates here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast. Others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Join DiPietro and Rothenberg Thursday, April 23rd for a special couch cast of Round 1 of the NFL Draft, presented by Calandra's Bakery. The Jets and Giants have 3 picks in the top 16, and Rick and Dave will react live as the first round unfolds. Let's go! From the big decisions to the big-time drama. Catch it all in this YouTube-only exclusive. And it's all from Calandra's Bakery and your home for football talk. ESPN New York.
Well, that was some riveting conversation.
Oh, here we go.
No, really. Listening to you and John
fault.
talk about HELOCs and your mortgage rates. That's
he asked me a question.
Stuff.
Hey, yeah, listen. He asked the question yesterday. I responded like how a true professional responds right away. He said thank you, and then he asked me a follow-up question today. You should be thanking me for taking you under my bosom of meetings.
Well, you make it sound like you're some kind of sales wizard. The place we're meeting with tomorrow is like without Dave, there is no deal.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
No. They said we recognize that Dave is only incentivized by money, so we have no other choice. Otherwise, Dave.
Well, what are you incentivized by? Breadcrumbs? What are you looking for?
Comp days. I mean, you asked.
I mean, you know what you are? And I hate to say this here. RJ, you know what he is?
What's that?
He's a comp day slut. That's what he is.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
I can say that.
I just had to get a live ruling on that.
Yeah, we
Absolutely
got ruled.
You can say that.
Well, no, we had the check. We had the review.
And what was the ruling?
Well,
You can. I don't know if it was as definitive as you. I don't know if it was absolutely. I think it's, let's not abuse it, but yes.
You felt the way about this.
Yeah. But listen, he'll do anything for comp
Anything.
days. Anyway.
I like how they feel. Okay? I like how they feel.
I mean, you value the comp day more than you value anything.
Yes, I do.
See, I enjoy the work.
That's not true.
It's true. I
I
love you, and I love Raymond, and I love RJ, and I love the show, and I love the station. I love seeing John and his beautiful face. I love this show.
Are we still talking about comp days here?
Well, I'm not sure what we're talking about. All I know is this: is that these people recognize that in order to get the real essence of the show, because God forbid you were just a good teammate and I had something going on, and you would just give us your services.
I would.
No, you wouldn't have. They recognize. They know you are a.
It's amazing that you've painted me to be this bad figure here.
I'm just telling you.
You need me.
Of course, I need you. I tell you every day I need you.
All right, so
I'm just telling you. I mean, you could also recognize that you also.
But I didn't weasel my way in.
No, this is not the. You didn't weasel your way into this one. The last one you weaseled. Your way.
I did not weasel.
Oh, such a weasel.
They love me. Tricon loves me.
You threw yourself at them.
No.
Yes. In the level of RJ, you saw it. It was unbelievable.
It was not unbelievable.
Well done. Well played.
I'm a team player. I'm here for everyone.
RJ, if we're ranking team players on the show, who's at the top list, Dave or me?
I mean, you're both incredible teammates.
Okay, but no one's asking that. Who's at the top of the list?
I would say Rick galvanized as a group.
You are such a kiss ass. It's incredible.
I'm not.
You are. Rick could tell you where he's buried the bodies, and you would take that to the grave.
Wow.
I would do
you
that.
You glaze him is what you do.
Here we go.
Stop using youthful terms. I would.
I'm young at heart.
I would do that for either of you. Keep that secret. I'm just saying, Rick's.
We know.
You can't even pay someone to come.
Who's easier to deal with, me or Rick?
You.
Thank you.
Why do you crave conflict so much?
Because he loves it. He lives on it.
I just want it to be understood that you are a handful.
Can't we all just be good teammates? All of us?
You're a great teammate.
I think we are. I think we're all
and I love you, Ray.
I love you too.
I just never
most
get
of the time.
I just never get credit for the sacrifices that I make for this guy.
The tiebreaker between the two of you,
the fights that I fight,
is oftentimes Dave is by far a huge beneficiary of the battles.
Always. What do you mean? Always. I'm like his henchman.
Yeah, but is he fighting for me or is he fighting for himself? And I receive some positive byproduct.
You get a lot of positive byproduct.
Okay. But it's not like he go. If he went in to fight for me, that would be heroic.
Well,
he goes in to fight for him, and I receive the benefits of him fighting for himself.
Is being a good teammate matter as much as the reasons for being a good teammate?
Yes.
Because it still happens.
No, but he's fighting for himself, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I'll take that as well.
But it also happens to benefit you. I'm just saying.
Right, but why would I not? What am I going to send it back? No.
Listen, if it bothered you that much, you would send it back.
Doesn't bother me at all. Why would it bother me?
You don't have to send it back. I'm just saying you are the beneficiary. Therefore, he is the primary. He's the one that fought for you being a good teammate. You get a nice little sign off as here's what Rick fought for. Dave, X, Y, and Z, and you're just like, oh, neat, I'm high in space. Look at this good news I just got.
I'm like Braveheart, is what I'm like.
Can I have this?
And then you're like the guy in Braveheart that they keep locked up that has leprosy whose nose is going to fall off. That's who you are.
That doesn't seem like it's very nice.
It's not. And then as I'm getting my intestines ripped out, and you're sitting there, and I yell to you, freedom, because that's what I'm giving you.
Mm-hmm. Didn't you give the Braveheart speech before game once?
I did, yeah. That didn't work. That was in L.A. I painted my face blue.
Then you had to go in, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to. Yes.
I had such a good line, and I refrained from it only for John.
Well, that's appreciated.
Yeah.
Why?
It was such a good line, too.
Because you were afraid you were going to get dumped, or because it would have been nasty?
No, it wasn't nasty.
It would have been dumped.
It would have been dumped.
Yeah, correct.
And then I would have been admonished, and that wouldn't go over well.
Well, listen, I mean, I think you're a great teammate. I love you. But I also recognize that I'm the one out there in the mix, fighting the fight,
uh-huh,
taking the slings and arrows.
Well, you know what? Well, thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
like that.
You know what? I noticed this, and I appreciate this, and thank you for this.
Wow. That's nice of you to say that. Good for you.
John has a historical reference, but I don't think it would make much sense to you. So I'm going to...
Really?
Yeah.
I understand presidents.
Do you?
Yeah.
He says, Rick is George Washington, Dave is John Adams. Both great, only one going on currency.
Did you think Rick wouldn't understand that reference?
I definitely thought so.
He thinks I can barely speak.
No, I think you speak very well.
Hey, that's why he likes when I read.
Reading becomes the issue at times.
That's what he's like.
The speech part is great.
It's shock. He's shocked every time I do a read. He's like, wow, he can actually read.
Yeah, he read all the way through. Look at that. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We got phone calls all over the place. We got the draft to get into. We have the baseball to get into. Today, my friend, is the last non-baseball day till October. DNR with you, ESPN New York.
This baseball season, FanDuel is letting you choose your own reward for opening week. Betting customizations that transform how you experience the game. Make your choice, and the reward will be ready to use on your next MLB bet. FanDuel is the home of home runs. Maybe you're confident about Aaron Judge's home run total. How many bases will Juan Soto steal? Will the Mets or the Yankees get out to a fast start? So, ready to play your game? Head to FanDuel.com/local to choose your reward for MLB's opening week. Betting customizations that transform how you experience the game. Make your choice, and the reward will be ready to use on your next MLB bet. FanDuel, an official partner of MLB. 21 plus and physically present in New York, opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Help with a gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips, and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. A member of the Montefiore Health System.
Out on the course, they're the PGA Tour's best players. But in the arena, they're prime time. And Season 2 of TGL presented by SoFi is back with lights, cameras, action. We're talking big moments, big personalities, big names in the stands, all on the big screen. Big-time matchups with shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, overtime, and playoffs. It's city versus city, squad versus squad. The sport just hits different under the lights. It's TGL presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf. Tune into every match. Only on ESPN.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
Is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
You need me.
Of course I need you. I tell you today I need you.
But I didn't weasel my way in.
The last one you weaseled.
I did not weasel.
Oh, such a weasel.
They love me. I hate to say this here. He's a comp day. That's what he is. And I can say that. I mean, you value the comp day more than you value anything.
Yes.
See, I enjoy the work.
That's not true.
It's true.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
You glaze him as
Stop using youthful terms.
On ESPN New York. And streaming live on YouTube.
All you want to do is get days off. All I want to do is come and work. That's
not true.
That's 100% true.
No, that's not true at all. You have something that you prefer, and I have the comp day. I'd like to be paid in comp days.
Yeah, because you don't enjoy the show as much as I do.
I enjoy the show. I enjoy sleep also. And a little recharge.
A little recharge.
Mm-hmm. I'm also in a different situation than you, though.
We also have a lot of other things outside of this job.
That's what I'm saying. After the show today, I have kids are off. They have a break. And then I have Rocco's got 4:30 baseball practice. I coach that team. And then Milo's got 6:20 hockey. I coach that team. And then Milo's
I got to tell you, 5-year-old baseball is a real treat.
It's coach pitch. Yeah, it should be fun. It's our first practice.
Treat.
And then at 8 o'clock, we have baseball practice.
Xander W. emails in.
Hey, you don't care.
Please, I do care, but I have something. This is for you.
Okay.
Please tell Rick to watch the Studio Ghibli movies on Max. Spirited Away, Princess something Mononoke.
Okay.
Ponyo, great animated adventure movies. All the kids will love it.
I think those are the old school animes, is what they're referring to.
Okay. So I'm trying to help you, have things to do with your children. You say,
for whatever reason, it's just I feel like I want to start making kids movies. That the kids can watch that I don't have to explain certain things.
Speaking of TV shows and movies, round 2 of The Verdict premieres tonight.
Oh, that starts tonight?
Tonight. Ohtani, Babe Ruth, Vice TV, 9 o'clock tonight.
Why are you just telling us about this now?
I'm telling you right now.
We should have talked about this yesterday.
Well, I'm telling you now.
It's a big deal.
Maybe we'll get Chris Russo on the next couple of days to promote it because he's hosting it again.
We had Gary was standing up for us yesterday on Twitter.
Yeah, he says we're a terrific morning show.
Gary's our guy.
Gary's our guy.
All right, so that's tonight. All right,
so you're going to watch tonight? At a minimum, I would hope you DVR it.
I'm going to DVR. Well, I'm not going to get back till later, so I'll have to DVR it.
RJ, you going to watch The Verdict Part 1 of the next round?
Yeah, I'm here to support your cause.
Are you going to watch it tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I don't think there's too many.
There's nothing great on tonight.
There's too many competing things going on.
There you go. 9 o'clock. We'll discuss it tomorrow.
Well, there's not a car dealership you want to go hang out at, or are you good?
7 hours. I can't believe.
I got to tell you though, I'm getting free Wegmans sandwiches. I can understand why you stick around for a minute.
Are you crazy?
He's a big sandwich guy.
Wegmans is delicious.
7 hours.
That's too much. I agree. It's too much.
7. You could give me you could go to Philly and buy cheesesteaks for me. I'm not sitting in a car dealership for 7 hours.
There was a lot to hammer out. Got it done though.
Test drives. I mean, he did the whole process in one day.
So you went in with nothing and left with a brand new car.
Yeah. Trade in, test drive, sandwiches.
Yeah. He went in and got everything done, and it only took 7 hours.
It took the car to get cleaned. We did it all.
Why was the car dirty?
Just some other people test driving it.
Oh, so you took like a loaner car?
No. Well, when other people sit in it that did not buy it. I mean, the car.
Did they sit on it naked?
They wanted to get it all nice and clean, all of it. I support what they did.
Did you get a special deal because it was the test drive vehicle?
It was not the test drive vehicle.
Well, then why did they
that
wash
doesn't
it?
make sense,
That-
right,
you're
Rick?
not
You
making
have
any
the same
sense.
thought that I'm having.
The outside from moving it around the lot, it had like 14 miles on it. They just wanted to make it look all pretty. Listen, it's not that crazy.
All right.
7 hours. I don't think in combined of all the time getting cars I've been in a dealership, if you combine all that time to 7 hours.
Well, you're not doing your proper due diligence.
No, maybe he is. Maybe he values his time a little more than you do. Didn't you miss work because of this?
Yes, actually.
He got time. He got time for work
Didn't
at
we
the
get a
dealership.
text in the group chat saying something to the effect of, guys, I'm buying a car and I now can't make it to work tomorrow?
Yeah, it wasn't planned is what I remember.
It was not planned. Very spur of the moment.
You
but-
missed work.
Yeah, maybe, you know what?
Can you imagine what happens if I send a text next week? I'm like, listen, I won't be there tomorrow. I'm buying a car?
You'll never hear the end of it.
Ever.
RJ, you got to get Dave's deal with his buddy that hooks him up with the Mercedes. It's like, hey, Dave, just so you know, you're driving a car now for the last 2 years. I can get you a brand new one now that's cheaper, but it's the same. It's the best deal ever.
Dave, again, I think I used this phrase before the show. The gravitational pull of the Earth just moves towards Dave. I don't know how or why. He said earlier, because we were talking about this off the air, about getting a new car and how long it took for me. This was like a full year ago, by the way. And Dave goes, oh, you should do what I do. It just appears in my driveway.
That's right. They deliver it.
You got some life going on.
They bring it on the flatbed. They take the old car, and that's it. And I'm done.
Plenty of people do lease swaps or trade-ins. They get a new lease. How many people get it delivered on a flatbed to them? I mean, you're living a life. It's great. I'm happy for
Okay.
you.
Well, you know what? I'm taking full advantage of the system.
And this is Rick's point, though. Other people sometimes behind the scenes are fighting the battles of that system, and you get a Mercedes on a flatbed.
Rick, do you ever have your cars delivered to your home?
I have, yeah.
All right, so he's playing in the same deep end as I'm playing in.
Right, but I'm also doing business with All American Ford, and I mean, you know my relationship with them. I mean, I am legitimately sitting here doing a show in a Lazy Boy that they sent us. That was supposed to be for the studio. Remember?
Listen,
those were good times.
You're the only one.
That was a big crate.
That was something.
They wouldn't even let us open them.
They couldn't bring them upstairs. Wouldn't let you open them. They can't stay here.
Listen,
Yeah.
Rick is the only one. He goes into a meeting by himself with a prospective, now current partner. The result of that meeting is Dave's in now too.
Dave
And
gets
I
money.
don't know how it happened. That's my point.
No, this is completely unfair.
I don't think
I
it
went
is.
in to be a good teammate.
You weren't
And
even
it's
in.
Not
There was no
my
in.
fault
You
that
weren't
they fell
invited.
in love with me.
You barged in.
I didn't barge in.
You kicked open the door and said,
You're like
Dave.
a Kool-Aid guy. And it's not like they found other ways to make Dave happy. They took from Rick's to give to Dave.
Listen, I'm happy for you. I think
I'm being very unfairly treated.
I think life has a way of
And
working
I don't
out.
think I should continue to do reads for Tricon anymore. I love them. I want to, but I don't think that I'm welcomed into these reads.
I think you're a big part of what we're trying to do with Tricon.
I love
a big
Tricon.
part. A big part. We all love him. I saw him at Calandra's.
I mean, and we have this bond over the sports teams we root for.
Listen, you have a way that once you get in the room with someone, like everyone, we're sucked in.
You don't think I'm a people person?
No, I think you are a people person. I think sometimes for you to display the people personality you have, sometimes you just invite yourself to rooms and it works out. And I'm happy.
It does work. Oh, that's his personality. That's not his fault.
I have an engaging personality.
Yeah, he does. Dave is a good conversation.
Yeah, and that's not the end of it. Listen, I hear things. There's other.
And then he'll pick up until he picks up like carrot sticks and then celery sticks and starts trying to.
You know what I'm thinking? I should reach out to Steve Sharippa and
Yeah, I like carrots.
Stop it. Would you like to have Steve on with the Knicks going to the postseason soon?
I'd
I
love
think
to
that'd be a
have
good time. He's got a
I'd love to
children's
have
book
Steve
coming
on.
out.
I'd love to have Steve on.
All right, I'm going to send him a text.
What do you think the text message? Not text message. Excuse me. The tweet I just got. I mentioned my son has 4:30 baseball practice.
Right.
Immediately. 4:30 baseball. How do the working parents get their kids there? I don't know.
But they just do.
Well,
whether
what
it's a
time am I-
nanny, whether it's a second parent that
Right,
gets
but
out
what
of work
time am I
early, whether
supposed
it's
to
another
have-
parent that picks them up. Who cares? Who cares?
But what time should I have practice for 5 and 6 years old? 6-year-olds.
Well, and what are you going to do? Have practice at night when it's dark outside?
I don't.
And you can't be on the field?
There's not great options. It's not warm. I don't know.
I mean, that forever they've been having baseball practice late afternoon. And now you're the bad guy?
I don't know.
Because people want to be nasty and negative. I guess that's what it is.
I guess
I had a
so.
guy celebrating over me breaking my hand earlier in the show. Remember how great it was when Dave broke his hand? Yeah, amazing for everyone involved.
That was the best.
The best. Let's get to some of the calls. Edgar, he's a great guy in Bloomingdale. Good morning, Edgar. How are you?
I'm good, man. You're traveling in space. Cars are getting delivered. You're living like the Jetsons, my man. I love it.
That's right.
Keep it
George
up.
Jetson is my idol. Yes.
Keep it up. Is Rick happy with the Ty Simpson? Is this a lock at 16? Is he the best quarterback after Carlos Mendoza? Is he?
The answer is yes. He's the best quarterback after Mendoza. Rick would have to answer that if he'd be. I don't think Rick would want him at 16.
I think he's a good quarterback. I don't think we're ready for him at 16. Just with our current situation.
But if you pick him up, and it's Geno and Aaron Glenn teaching him to be a future QB in the NFL.
Well, but it's not going to be Aaron Glenn. Well, but it's going to be Frank Reich. It's not going to be Geno Smith.
So do you trust Frank Reich?
It's not going to be Aaron Glenn.
That's the question. And thanks for the call, Edgar. Do you trust Frank Reich? Because he's going to be the guy responsible for the maturation
I trust him.
of Ty
I trust him more than what we had. Like I trust him more than Tanner Engstrand, but I also recognize how it ended last for him in Carolina was not great. But again, that was another bad situation where I don't think he didn't want the quarterback that they drafted in the first place. I remember saying it at the time.
Well, he was forced upon him. He wanted Stroud. Though,
Right,
you know what the amazing thing is right now? If you went back now and said which guy would you take, I don't think it's so clear cut.
I'd still take Stroud.
No problem. Like that's just a easy answer for you.
I think C.J. Stroud is good.
He hasn't looked good.
He's won a playoff game every year for the last. Every year he's been in the league, he's won a playoff game. Every year.
Bryce Young had a good game against the Rams and had them on the ropes, if not for a heroic finish from Stafford.
I understand that, but
I agree with you. I don't think it's so cut and dry, though.
I think it's trending differently now. I don't disagree with you there. I think that Bryce Young has now starting to show people why he was drafted where he was drafted.
He's closed the gap, right?
He's definitely closed the gap. I don't know exactly what's going on with C.J. Stroud right now. I also recognize. Has their offensive line been good?
No, it's terrible.
Right? Have they been able to run the football well?
No, not really.
Do their receivers stay healthy?
Outside of Nico Collins, no.
So their defense is awesome. And the last time you saw him in
football,
and the last time you saw him in the postseason, he was horrendous. Like not just bad, he was
horrendous. He was unplayable.
They should have taken him out of the game. Bad.
Yes.
Like him playing did not give them a legitimate chance to compete in that game.
But the thing is, he was bad all postseason long. He was bad in that Steelers game too.
He was. They were fortunate.
See. Big year for him coming up. Bobby in Yonkers. Bobby, good morning. You're on ESPN New York.
Good morning, guys. Great show.
Thank you.
Rick, again, I disagree with you. I believe we need Simpson because I think Geno's going to fail like he always does, and with Glenn. And at least it would give us a guy. Now, he's got to play at the end of the year. I completely agree with that. But I can remember when we got named, we took the Heisman Trophy guy, John Warte, from Notre Dame the same year. So talent will eventually win out, and I believe Reich is a good enough coach. And then I just wanted to add in about the Flyers. Flyers and Islanders and Columbus, boy, what a race, huh? And it's a big game for the Flyers tonight with the Jackets. And I'm happy to hear that you're coaching your son in hockey. I did it for 11 years with my son up in Brewster. So it's the best time of your life. And great show, guys, and I'll listen to your comments.
Thanks, Bobby. Appreciate it. Yeah, coaching your kid is phenomenal. It's not easy to do, but it's phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got the Flyers there in the mix. The Flyers right now are 5 points out of the second wild card. So.
Well, he's a Flyers fan, so he's trying to be optimistic, I think.
All right, here's the thing. Here's my question to you, though. So he just said Geno Smith fails. That's why you need to take Ty Simpson, and Ty Simpson's going to play. Like, okay, if Geno Smith fails, and now what are we expecting from Ty Simpson when you see Ty Simpson?
What am I? I'm expecting a rookie quarterback. So
Okay,
I'm expecting real growing pains.
What does that mean for Aaron Glenn? If we've gone through,
I think that would mean the end for Aaron Glenn.
Okay, so I mean, you can say that you like Frank Reich. Is Frank Reich going to be the head coach now if Aaron Glenn gets fired?
I don't think they're going to move in that direction. No.
Okay, so what happens when you bring a new head coach in?
Then
now the season wasn't good.
You have the quarterback that remains, and then that coach will. You probably have to hire a coach that likes Ty Simpson.
Is that what you want?
In a perfect world, no.
Going into a draft that could be, I mean, you could have, like, they said, here's my holdup, I guess, ultimately. And I know it's a crapshoot, but why I'm almost willing to just roll the dice with this thing is, I don't think that Aaron Glenn is a good head coach. I also believe that there are a lot of people, including Dan Orlovsky, who is now beating the Ty Simpson drum, that thinks if Arch Manning was in this year's draft,
he would go number one.
Okay, so why not? And Dante Moore would have been the second pick over Ty Simpson, who now will also be available next year.
Because you don't know that you're going to get those guys.
Do I settle for just taking a quarterback at 16 then?
That's what they're going to have to determine. I mean, I personally would not, but I also don't really like Ty Simpson. It feels like you like Ty Simpson more than I do. So if you can get him at 16, is it worth doing it? You think no. I think that's fine. Other people think yes. I don't think there's a wrong answer here.
Well, there is a wrong answer. I mean, if there is a wrong answer, if you take Ty Simpson, Aaron Glenn gets fired, and now you have a high enough pick next year where the new coach drafts a new quarterback.
How about if you take Ty Simpson and he's really good?
Oh, then great.
Jackson Dart year one.
Right. What are the chances that happens?
I don't know.
You've seen the Jets. What are the chances that happens?
So you're just so beaten down as a Jets fan that no one can come in and succeed at the quarterback position.
At the very least, you may think that Brian Daboll sucks at his job. Brian Daboll was brought in to do exactly what Brian Daboll did.
Right, which is identify and help the quarterback come along. And he did really well with that. I agree.
Right, but is that why Aaron Glenn is here?
No. Why is Aaron Glenn here?
Great question.
I mean, quite frankly, why is he here?
Yeah, because he was supposed to change the culture.
Okay, well, has he changed the culture?
And be a leader of men. No, he's changed the coaching staff.
No, I'm not. I understand he's changed the actual physical coaching staff, but I mean, do you look at the Jets as in better position now than they were when he took over? No, they're not.
Well, I think it depends on how you viewed the team, what you thought the team last year was going to be.
Nobody thought the team last year was a bad team. Not that level of bad. Not where we have to trade our best pieces away because we're so awful.
A not complete rebuild. No, I didn't think anyone thought that. So, I mean, that's what you got. You got 0-7. You got two of your better players traded away, and now we're celebrating that we have 5 first-round picks.
And I can see a path to success, but we're still at the infancy stages, which sucks. I mean, you're years away from being a competing team for a playoff spot.
Depending on what you do with the most important.
Well, you're not going to win this year. Odds are you're not going to go to the playoffs in the first year of the new quarterback. So you'd figure at least 3 years away.
Right, but if you're telling me if you're telling me midway through year 2, you recognize that you got a stud quarterback,
right? Then you feel great about it.
And you feel great,
right? If you go 7-10 and at the end of the year you're like, man, my quarterback's really good. All right, that's all you need.
You won 4 games, and you're making Super Bowl proclamations.
That's right.
I mean, that's how fast. I also
believe I brought in the right coach.
That's how fast it can change.
Joe in Ocean Gate. Good morning, Joe. How are you?
What's up, fellas? Good morning. Dave, with Murder in the Clock, you're like the Dexter of sports talk radio. So I thought I'd like that. And
I love it.
I think that the whole RJ, he spent as much time in the car dealership that the guy helping him had to legally take a lunch break, I guess. Because
yeah.
almost 8,
he had to get a break.
Hours.
Right, he had been there so long that he was obligated to get a break and go stretch his legs. Yes.
So I was going to talk about the baseball thing with the automatic pitch zone and stuff. The guys are having to be precise now with how tall they are. I thought that was pretty interesting hearing that. So it's like, guys usually are making themselves taller and stuff. So thought that was.
Why are you laughing?
And
then bye, Joe.
I love Joe's phone calls
because he's all over the place.
He does his stand-up routine first.
That's right.
He's like, I was going to talk about the automated pitch zone, but
so he said I was going to talk about the automated pitch zone, but there's all these other things. But I'll now talk about the automated pitch zone.
No, I think that he comes into the call. Here's how I think he here's his game plan. I think he's got a couple things off the bat, like a couple jokes that he wants to tell, but he also has the fallback plan of if these don't hit, I also have a question, and in the rare occasion one of them does hit, the question kind of just goes out the window.
Has one of them hit yet?
Dave laughed at the second one, and I think that's why he's like, you know what? The automated pitch zone, I don't even need to talk about it. Guys are taller. Great.
Well, did you see what they're doing, though? They're, like, measuring everyone to see exactly where their strike zone is going to be?
But that was part of the reason why it wasn't going to be available for the WBC.
Now you found out how much everybody lied about how tall they are. It's great.
That makes perfect sense. Of course you would do that.
Right. That's what they're doing. Got an email from Clay. He says, I hate your guts. Ray is the best. I love him. I call him Diamond Ray. And again, I hate you. That's Clay. It's nice.
I think
that's not me using a fake name. Just
I got to tell you, I think a majority of the diehard Ray supporters hate your guts.
That's fine.
Wouldn't you say, Ray?
I feel that there's a validity to that. Sure.
I think there's a lot of Ray's family that doesn't like you.
That's not true.
My family tends to take things a little serious.
I told you. That's not a denial.
I could see.
Yeah.
I could see some members of my
So
family.
if I were to meet your folks, they would be nasty to me because they hate me. And I'd be so excited to meet them.
I love how Ray goes.
I just gave him the Diana Rossini response.
So they would hate me.
No, they wouldn't hate you.
So if I met your folks, they would give me the cold shoulder.
My parents get they get the character that you are. They understand. You'd get along easier with my mother than my father, though.
I don't think Dad likes you.
He doesn't like me.
No. I think maybe you soften him up because he's a Giants fan. Like maybe you get to him that way, but
he said I gave him Mets tickets. Didn't you go to the Mets game with your dad?
That's right.
Can't buy his love.
That counts for nothing.
It counts for something. It's not nothing.
Very little, apparently.
Oh, wait a minute. If you purchase enough Mets tickets for him, like that gives you free reign at a certain point.
That's right.
Tells you a lot.
RJ.
Hi.
RJ.
Hi.
Where the hell have you been?
I'm here.
Are you ready to do the stuff you missed?
Yeah.
He has been quiet today.
Very quiet.
Listen, I let it breathe. I jump in
where
where
it's because you're battling something.
No, I'm fine. Listen, there's other people.
You know what it is, Rick? He's got the cold.
You did tell
he's battling something.
You did tell him to shut up at one point, though.
Yeah, I do as I'm told.
RJ, then it would now be time for stuff you missed.
Okay.
Now.
Walk-up three-pointer. He got it! See ya! Score! Put it in the box!
The you missed.
Alrighty, well, we talked about this earlier. Carson Bench has made the New York Mets. He will be their opening day starter in right field.
So how many new position players do the Mets have this year?
Well, it's funny you ask. That would be Luis Robert.
Mm-hmm.
That would be Carson Bench.
2.
That would be Bo Bichette.
3.
That would be Marcus Semien.
4.
And that would be Jorge Polanco.
Wow. So 5 new position players. That's wild. It's a lot.
And you got a new rotation led by
Right.
Freddie
And
Peralta.
So the top of the rotation, new. Bullpen.
You got a new back
setup
half,
man and closer.
back end of the bullpen.
Right.
New everything.
Right. So your ace, new.
New coaching staff.
Setup guy, new. Closer, new. Position players, 5 of them, new. This is a completely different team this year.
Soto's playing a new position.
Yep.
All new coaches.
It'll be a lot easier after we've seen it, so it'd make more sense to ask after, but I'm just getting a feel. Grade David Stearns offseason.
A-.
Ooh. All right, so you're in.
I'm all in.
He was all in last year, RJ. He was trying to explain to us why Frankie Montas was such a good signing last year.
Rick, how would you grade Stearns?
I'd probably go B+ right now.
All right, so it's not like you're 3 grades below me. You're right there.
No, but you went into the A's.
Okay.
I'm a nice solid above average B.
So here's the thing. I'll get into the better schools, and you won't.
But I got into the best school though.
Yeah, because they needed you for they
it
wanted
doesn't
to
matter.
use
They
you.
don't ask how.
It's much like the comp days. It doesn't matter how you got there. It just matters that you got there.
Just ask how many.
That's it.
They don't ask how you got the comp days. How many do you got? Rick will be gone in August.
How many do you have right now?
I honestly don't even know.
We'll be without
It's
this.
got he
a lot.
probably juggles them on the way out.
We'll be without this guy for 2 whole months.
There's a chance I see you around kickoff of the NFL season.
There's a decent chance. I have to really think about this. You miss more time this summer than I do on paternity leave. I think it'll be a really close race.
I'll be right there with Peter's little trip to Paris, I think.
Cubs beat the Yankees 15-6. Carlos LaGrange on his way out to the minors. left the Yankees with 8 runs while getting eight outs. Not great. Aaron Judge had a couple of hits. Spencer Strider, Braves pitcher, has an oblique injury. He's going to start the season on the IL. And the Cubs and Pete Crow Armstrong are finalizing a long-term deal. No numbers yet on that. See what the Texas Rangers did yesterday? They told us
that was really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Carter Baumler is a rookie pitcher, and he was on the mound, and during a mound visit, who's their manager? Skip Shoemaker? He came out during a mound visit and told him in that moment that he had made the team. Oh, and you had to keep pitching, which you did.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, people love
You don't
this
have
stuff.
the audio of that, do you?
Well, I don't have the audio because they weren't mic'd up. I heard the broadcast audio, but it took them a second to figure out what was going on. So
That is so cool.
I didn't bring it to you, but I could find it.
Who did
We're
the
just
Yankees
we're all
did
just
that
trying to
with who
one up.
last year?
Who did
The
what?
Yankees had a cool moment last year. They called the guy into to Boone's office and told him, you know what? And
Yeah, well, everyone's doing it now. We're all trying to one up each other now.
The Jackson Holiday one was really cool too.
People love it, so now we're just trying to. How can we make it?
But it's a fun moment, no?
It's better than the moment when they call you into the office and send you down. I can tell you that.
Well, if they started putting those out, that would be a problem.
I think it was J.C. Escara last year.
I think you're right.
Well, they did those though. Remember when in the first Hard Knocks?
Right. They pulled back the curtain on those things.
Yeah, and people were getting all upset.
It's upsetting.
Well, the NFL drew a hard stance on that. You don't see that. You don't see guys getting cut at all anymore. That's not even on the table to be filmed or at least released.
No, you said you get to see Joe Shane in action,
which I found interesting. Blue Jays.
Never again. I never want to see the Giants on Hard
Joe
Knocks
Shane
again.
gave us everything.
That was something in real time you knew also. That wasn't like it aged like it took a couple weeks to get. Wait,
this is not a great look.
Yeah, we've lost everything all of a sudden.
Well, use your imaginations of what's out there.
I looked out there. It's like, oh, I've lost Dave. I'm trying to fix this, and then everything just disappeared.
I'm back.
Oh well, use your imagination, I suppose. The Blue Jays, they extend the contracts of manager John Schneider and GM Russ Atkins. The Senators, they're climbing up the East in that battle. They beat the Rangers 2-1. There's a story to be told here. Rangers had 9 shots on goal, the fewest by an NHL team since 2003, and that ties the single-game lowest shot total in Ranger history with a loss to Detroit back on December 11th, 1955.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, things are not going well. Portland, also not going well for the Nets. That's who Portland beat yesterday, 134-99. The Nets have lost 8 straight. They've lost 18 of 20. And they're now a game behind Indiana and a half game behind Washington for the best lottery odds. So in their mind, I think they're winning right now, even though they're losing.
Who do you think right now, RJ?
Number
'Cause
one
I know you're a
pick?
big fan of college hoops. Who do you think? You had the number 1 pick. Who are you taking?
I was actually just I almost asked you that during the college basketball little binge we did earlier.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I
know who you're going to go.
Who?
Because I know you well. You're going to go DeBonsta.
That's actually what I was going to say. Yeah.
Of course, because I know you.
You would be different.
No, I would also take DeBonsta.
Is it DeBonta or Peterson for you?
I don't know. Something about Peterson that
I'm kind of with you.
doesn't feel great.
I mean, I know he's a low assist guy, but I mean, he got them some buckets in that game. I know they lost at St.
Well,
John's.
he oozes talent.
Yeah, he's a
such
get a
talented
bucket
kid.
guy.
I mean, I'd have to really sit down and talk to him to make sure he was dialed in. Because at Kansas in college, this was not a good experiment with him.
No, it did not go well. KD, he goes for 40. It went well for him personally, but not for the team. Rockets lose to the Bulls. Pistons beat the Lakers on their winning streak before he can get to double digits. Thunder have won 12 in a row. They beat the Sixers by 20. They had Jalen Williams back. Look out for the Thunder. They are healthy. 18 points in 20 minutes. Warriors beat the Mavs in overtime, but they lose Moses Moody. Not a good non-contact injury to his knee, left on a stretcher. Markelle Fultz, remember him? He signed a 10-day contract with the Raptors. Creighton head coach Greg McDermott, that's Doug's dad to me and you, retiring after 16 seasons. Talked about this earlier. AZ Fudd leads UConn to their 32nd straight Sweet 16 on the women's side. And Virginia is the first 4 team on the women's side to reach the Sweet 16. WNBA players unanimously approved their new CBA, which goes as expected. The Patriots released Josh Dobbs, which means Tommy DeVito is now their QB2. And Tiger Woods will play with the Jupiter Lynx in the TGL Finals.
They had a tough loss last night.
Not great.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Par 5. Not great.
That venue looks awesome.
Oh, it's a cool spot. Yeah, they had to chip in to, if they tied the hole, they won the match, and then they ended up losing to on a birdie.
It's a nice ESPN vehicle.
Yeah.
That's
Doing
it.
Sports Center's live from there and everything. Very nice.
Are we done here?
Sorry, we're not talking.
Wow.
We're not talking about something that.
I'm
interests you.
asking. I don't know. I want to make sure.
I can tell
Because
by
I
the tone
murder
of
the
your
clock, and you guys just all over the clock.
I mean, we're talking ESPN. We're talking golf. Like, you can hop in.
That's cross promotion, buddy.
I love it. We're just saying it's a little late for my taste.
That's it.
Okay, thank you. Let's take a break. We'll come back on the other side, and what we have planned, you will blow your mind.
What?
ESPN New York.
Oh my goodness.
Well, let's see what's happening on the roads. Here's Debbie Duhane.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Rick. Let me get you some nuggets of information. We still have major delays at the inbound George Washington Bridge. Up to 90 minutes into that upper level, there's a stalled tractor trailer blocking one lane on the approach to the George Washington Bridge upper level. Lower level 40, inbound Lincoln 45, Holland, that's about 45. Troubles on the Cross Island North at Jamaica Ave with a crash. Over at LaGuardia, only one runway open after Sunday night's accident. We are seeing departure delays at LaGuardia Airport. Traffic is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance. If you have questions about youth or high school sports, Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA builds better athletes and better people through sports. Info at positivecoach.org. I'm Debbie Duhame on 880 ESPN New York.
Time to bench those other job sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build your championship roster. What's the advantage? Well, with ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire someone fast, you get them fast. But you also get the MVP for your team. Plus, ZipRecruiter doesn't make candidates wait to take the shot. It passes the ball right to them. Building your team or scouting fresh talent? ZipRecruiter runs the full court with powerful technology that immediately gets your job in front of the right players. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have come to ZipRecruiter for their hiring needs. And why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within one day. ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster, smarter, and more efficient from post to hire before the competition can even cross half court. It's a slam dunk with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Try for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
It feels like everyone's sick right now. You aren't imagining it. Doctors say this is the worst cold and flu season in 25 years, and it's not over. I was just traveling. It was like everyone around me was coughing, sneezing, and sick. I can't afford to get sick, and I doubt you can either. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. Having a medical emergency kit is like having urgent care and pharmacy right in your home. It includes essential prescriptions like generic Z-Pak to help you get well faster, plus important antibiotics to treat pneumonia, strep throat, sinus and ear infections, nausea, even UTIs, and many more common and serious illnesses. It's your kit the moment you need it. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's genius. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. I can save you $45 when you use my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. Again, save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Superman. Big fan of Superman.
One of the great teases. That's a super tease.
Thank you. Let's take a break. We'll come back on the other side, and what we have planned, you will blow your mind. Next.
That's good stuff.
I'm just ridiculed here.
That's mind-blowing stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
It's right after he tried to admonish you for the clock, RJ.
Well, he killed the clock. The both of them. Because RJ just passing brings up golf, and then Rick needs to dive deep into it.
Well, okay, I'm
Rick's
excited
the
about
guy.
golf. I'm excited about golf. It's
Okay,
fine
great.
when you decide to interrupt stuff you missed to talk about shingles, but I can't talk about something that was just shown
I'm
on
saving
ESPN last night.
lives, okay? I'm saving lives. Are you saving lives?
Yeah, I'm promoting our company. That's what I'm doing.
And that's amazing.
All right. SVP was live doing SportsCenter from there.
That's
You
amazing.
got Tiger Woods playing tonight.
I know, but maybe do it during like working hours instead of, late. RJ let us late, and then you just double down.
I can't help that he brings it to the table that late and stuff you missed.
Listen, the good news is with teases like that, no one's going anywhere.
All right, send that to Marconi, would you, RJ?
You know what? They're locked in.
I agree.
See if John can take that to the Garden with him tonight and can show that off.
Yeah, that's right. You want to get involved in the show? This is the kind of tease you'll get. Bring it. Bring it. I'm going to be appreciated when I'm gone. And not a day sooner.
You could hear the wires crossing as you were trying to tease that thing to break.
I haven't eaten yet.
Oh,
I'm
here we
not one
go.
of these addicts where I'm taking caffeine throughout the morning like some of you guys. And I'm hitting my wall. Let's take a break. We'll come back on the other side. And what we have planned, you will blow your mind. Next. You like that, huh?
That's one of your best right there.
I think he loves it.
That's one of your best. That's right up there with the teasing the Mets day off.
Oh, that was the worst. That was the worst. Because that was like 4 different embarrassing moments all in one drop. That started with Rick's getting a Masters prediction. Rick is. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. He's got his Masters prediction. Rick is, and then of course we'll continue to update you on the Mets and the Yankees, both having today off. It's DNR with you, 880 ESPN. I mean, that's unbelievable. It doesn't get worse than that.
It really is, but you can also, like, for whatever reason, when you have the meltdowns, you can, like, whatever it is, like the tone in your voice, you can hear it happening.
Well, what happened there was, of course, I didn't know that, the Mets and Yankees had the night off. And when I got like 80% through, I'm like, oh, God, they have the night off. So what was I going to say?
No.
We'll update you on the Mets and the Yankees. Where did I go when I went the only place I could go?
What exactly in your mind as you just got finished admonishing us and then making like noise, like sound effects as to how we were killing the clock?
Are we done here?
Sorry, we're not talking.
Wow.
We're not talking about something that.
I'm asking. I don't know. I want to make sure.
What exactly were you going to tease? You think?
I had nothing. But I was going to make it sound really good, so nobody wanted to go anywhere.
It was shocking that you had nothing in that moment. You couldn't even tell.
Bring it. Barry B., it's amazing you perform at such a high level when you're surrounded by these awful teammates. Heroic, many would say.
Okay, that one's a ringer.
Oh, that's not a ringer. Barry B. All right, so let me ask you this question.
There's a real chance that a bad team hears that tease and they walk out.
Oh, I don't think so.
This is our fearless
I think
leader.
they want to know more. What makes this guy tick? I think they say to themselves. Do you look at the Mets? Do you think David Stearns, I know it's premature, I know it's early, and I expect big things. Do you think a bad year this season, David Stearns is in trouble for his job?
Tell me what bad means.
They miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
They make the playoffs and they get beaten up in a wild card round.
No, I can't imagine that if they don't make the playoffs again, that Steve Cohen is going to have that much patience.
I wouldn't think so, right?
Well, Mendoza's definitely gone. I mean, they fired his whole staff.
I mean, they got as close to firing Mendoza as humanly possible last year.
Right, so he needs to have a good season, or he's gone. I don't know. I mean, do you think it's 83 wins, man? I mean,
but 83 wins in this day and age is pathetic,
especially with the amount of money that he's spending.
The amount of money you spent should produce more, and you lost that to a team that, I'm sorry, that stunk.
That, oh, by the way, lost.
Right, on the final day.
Right, you had to win.
But if you looked at Cincinnati and you looked at all the other teams, man, those teams are better. I guess you could live with it. There's no way Cincinnati was better than the Mets. There's no way they should have been better than the Mets.
Right, and let's not. I mean, again, I don't want to. I hate to go back to it, but you have to go back to it. Look at. I mean, we made the magic run to the CS, but that was still a final day of the season trying to make the playoffs.
Oh, and how far was that from being completely blown off?
So, I mean, you're talking like that final line.
Remember, Diaz blew the game. Lindor hits the magical home run. They save it, and then they go on that amazing run. But again, think of how many times it was like, all right, season's over. That day against Atlanta, you felt like, oh, it could be falling apart. That Game 5 against Milwaukee, it was over. Devin Williams was seamless until he wasn't. And then Philly, you beat them up, and then you lost to the Dodgers. But I mean, that, again, you know what it kind of reminds me of? And I know this is going to anger, like the Knicks. Like, you got fortunate to win, and now you just expect it to be better the next year. The Knicks got very fortunate to win last season against Boston. I don't care what anybody says.
I don't disagree with that. I mean, I don't disagree with that at all. I think you could, but I think on Ray's side of this, I think you could also make the argument that you were probably a year early last year anyway. I think even going into the season with when that thing was put together, when you got Karl-Anthony Towns, the lack of depth on your bench, the fact that you even got to the Eastern Conference Finals felt like it was probably a little bit sooner than everyone expected.
It probably was, but you got thrust into a situation where it's like, all right, you got lucky to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, but now you're here, and now you have home court. So finish the job.
And again, going back to just how thin that line is if that Halliburton shot doesn't go in, I think we all agree that they win that series.
I think that you're probably right.
So,
but if Alonso doesn't hit that home run, did the Mets make massive changes last offseason?
Probably, but that's you can look at that one of two ways, though. I mean, that wasn't David Stearns' team. So once you get to the CS, how do you start making those big sweeping changes? Till you don't, you win 83 games. So I don't know what his timeline is. Like, is it, okay, now I get to put my team on the field, and I'm not going to be judged on what just happened, so I have more time. I just, again, 83 wins and what that thing looked like and how bad it was, to now all of a sudden turn around and you move off of the core of the team. I mean, that's what it was. I mean, and Nimmo was a part of the core. Alonso was part of the core. McNeil was part of this core. And now you bring in your guys. We just talked about it. 5 new position players,
which is amazing.
You got a whole back end of the bullpen. You lost Diaz. You bring in 2 failed Yankees, and then you have a new starter. You have your guy from Milwaukee.
Right. I mean, your ace starter is new. So, I mean, it's a completely different looking team. And what that translates to, we'll find out.
And not to mention the fact that, I mean, he is responsible for Manaea. That's on him. He brought Manaea back.
Yeah, you and he brought Manaea back.
Right, he decided to go out and get Montas. That hasn't worked out. You're paying Montas to do nothing. He's out. So you burn that $17 million.
Mm-hmm.
You let Pete walk. Listen, if this team doesn't make the playoffs,
he's going to be out.
And Pete has a great season with Baltimore, the fan base is going to have a nervous breakdown on David Stearns.
And understandably so.
Right. And if Polanco's like just whatever at defensively at first base and has an okay season, they don't make the playoffs, and Pete has an unbelievable season in Baltimore,
get crushed. Well, you know what? He can go rejoin Pete because he'll be out of here.
And then you'll be watching Diaz.
If Pete has a great season, and the Mets miss the postseason, Stearns will be out. Gone.
It'd be tough to. I mean, it would be tough to get.
He'll be gone
with the fan base for that.
You can't. I'm sorry. If you're one of the teams, if you're the Phillies, if you're the Mets, if you're the Yankees, if you're the Red Sox, if you're one of the Dodgers, upper echelon teams, you need to go to the postseason almost every year. You do.
Oh, I don't think you can miss it twice. I don't think you can go from 83.
You certainly can't miss it 2 years in a row.
And make the moves that you made after spending all the money you spent on Juan Soto. Right. And then not make the playoffs again.
Let's break. I'm not going to tease because I don't want to promise something I can't deliver on, but we will come back on the other side. DNR with you, ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, get Verizon Fios and a line of mobile for just $64.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month. And unlimited welcome for $45 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips, and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. A member of the Montefiore Health System.
Let me say this. If you're an experienced superintendent in Jersey and you know you're better than the situation that you're in, Tricon Construction wants to talk. They're building serious multifamily, medical, and industrial projects across the state, and they're looking for leaders, not babysitters, real projects, real support, real backing from ownership. If you're ready to step into something bigger, go to triconbuilds.com/careers. That's triconbuilds.com/careers. And yes, it's confidential.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HAWK to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HAWK to 321-321. That's HAWK to 321-321. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
NBA fans don't just watch the game, they live it. So stream like you're courtside with NBA League Pass, your ticket to all the action. Watch your favorite team shine and catch the league's brightest stars and rising stars at the same time with multi-view on your favorite devices. From the plays you can't believe to the most live games and the drama that comes with it. If it happens on the court, it's happening on NBA League Pass.
Only select out-of-market games available. Blackout restrictions apply. Additional charges and other conditions may apply. Visit NBA.com/subscriber agreement for full terms and conditions.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York Game Time, brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time. Islanders, big one tonight at UBS, taking on the Blackhawks, 7 o'clock. 7:30, Knicks welcoming the Pelicans to Madison Square Garden. 8 o'clock, Devils visiting the Stars. And that's Game Time, brought to you by Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. You want to tell me a little something?
I'd love to tell you something. You said you love how I read, so I'm going to give you a little bit
read
of...
like a professional.
Wow, I'll give you a little FanDuel. This baseball season, FanDuel's letting you choose your own reward for opening week. Betting customizations that transform how you experience the game. Make your choice, and the reward will be ready to use on your next MLB bet. FanDuel is the home of home runs, so if you want to throw a few bucks on Aaron Judge, hitting a homer for a game you're watching, or maybe Juan Soto doing the same, you can do it on FanDuel. So ready to play your game? Head to FanDuel.com/local to choose your reward for MLB's opening week. FanDuel, an official partner of the MLB, must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Often required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions do apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 1-877-8-OPEN-Y, or you can text OPEN-Y at 467369.
Couple things. You know, Yankees are 8:05 tomorrow night.
I do.
Yeah. Well, that kind of sucks.
I don't love it.
I like the day game, the opening day game.
Yeah, but I think it depends on the day.
Yeah, but I don't know. Something about baseball should start during the day. That's my take. But whatever. That game, like you know, is on Netflix tomorrow night.
That's great.
Yeah. Are we doing baseball picks tomorrow?
I haven't decided yet.
Well, when will you decide?
I don't know.
RJ, is there not a deadline where he has to decide by?
I think there's no picks. I think that's what's happening.
So Rick has killed the picks, is what we're saying.
Well, because there's a ramp up here. You can't just come in tomorrow all willy-nilly and make picks.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Rick, why can't we do picks?
It's 9:52. I have time to decide whether or not we're going to make picks.
When will you decide?
How about a noon deadline?
How about by 3 o'clock this afternoon, you need to let us know either we're making picks or we're not.
How about this? Tell me what we're picking now. We're picking division winners.
RJ, run through
wild
what
cards.
we were going to pick.
Division winners, wild cards, MVPs, Cy Youngs, and we did Rookie of the Year last year.
And Rookie of the Years.
That was it.
RJ, do you want to make picks?
I think picks are nice.
Dave, you want to make picks?
Yeah.
Ray, do you want to make picks?
I could go either way. But if everybody else is doing them, I'm in. Let's go.
Why can't you just have your own opinion, Ray? Do you want to do picks or not?
Listen, it doesn't really matter at this point, does it?
What does that mean?
Well, it does. I'm asking your vote.
Why does that not matter at this point? Say I go against it. Then it's a split. Then what happens?
Then we don't make picks.
Because of a split?
Well, yeah. I mean, what do you mean? Tie goes to the we're not doing it.
No, why does tie go to we're not? Tie goes to the runner. In this instance, we're the runners.
All right, we're doing picks.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm sick of being bullied, though. I got to tell you.
Really?
You
feel like we bullied you into this one?
Yes.
Will you feel like that when you're eating a divine piece of French toast, courtesy of? You actually have to buy the
yeah, right.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
A divine piece of French toast that you purchased.
Yeah, right.
You know, it'll be good though.
Doesn't seem that divine.
No.
But Raymond's got to buy you your own bagel with a schmear.
Raymond owes us breakfast. Yeah,
that's
and then
right.
We owe you breakfast. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that has to be tied. You got to figure out what you're doing your bet has to be paid off.
That's right.
What do you mean you got to figure out what you're doing?
Well,
he knows what he has to do.
Well, yeah. Yes, he knows what
maybe
he has to do.
monkey wrench thrown in
the question.
Right.
The question is now, whether he's actually going to do it before we actually kick off next season. That's the question.
I'll do it tomorrow. It just feels like the platform to do it may be adjusted a little bit.
Sure.
Right.
And that's not on me.
That's not your fault, no.
All right, so the picks tomorrow, wonderful. RJ, you should try to incorporate Buster into these picks as well.
I will reach out.
Great. Raymond.
Hello.
You've been saucy today. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Today's 3 stars. Number 3.
Oh, we just got done talking about them. The baseball picks, which have been whittled down.
We did division winners, we did wild cards, we did MVP, Cy Young, and Rookie of the Year.
That doesn't sound like we whittled.
No, not at all. Dave doesn't really care. He just kind of shows up and does them.
He'll just flippantly make picks, and it doesn't bother him if they're wrong because he doesn't care.
I do care.
No, you don't. That's not how I live my life.
I just don't care that much.
And really, Rick just doesn't like them.
I don't make good baseball picks. Ipso facto, get me out of the baseball picks. That's you.
Listen, I can't argue with that logic.
Number 2.
I can't argue with the logic of killing the clock over and over and over.
All right, so here's what's happened. I killed the clock, and now you're murdering a dead clock.
No, we're at the reading now. We're at the service.
Anytime this happens, we got a battle.
Does this clock have a real life? Because if not, and it passes and perishes, does it really matter all that much?
Clearly it doesn't, but then we come back later and...
Are we done here?
Sorry, we're not talking.
Wow.
We're not talking about something that.
I'm asking. I don't know. I want to make sure.
And listen, this is what happens when you spend too much time worrying about what other people think about the clock. You break in the brain.
Let's take a break. We'll come back on the other side, and what we have planned, you will blow your mind.
Number 1.
Everybody has importance here. Okay, Dave has great importance on the new partnership we have.
The place we're meeting with tomorrow is like, without Dave, there is no deal.
No.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah, you got to be incentivized.
We recognize that Dave is only incentivized by money, so we have no other choice.
Well, what are you incentivized by? Breadcrumbs? What are you looking for?
Comp days?
Yeah, because after all...
RJ, you know what he is?
What's that?
He's a comp day. That's what he is.
I love this show.
I still stand by. I should be allowed to say that.
I was told we had to bleep it.
Welcome
so
to
that's
my
what
world.
we're doing.
Okay, welcome to my world.
You know what? We're really restricted, aren't we? All right, it's Rule 76.
No excuse to play a champion. It's DiPietro Rothenberg.
65 or sooner.
Here on ESPN New York and on YouTube.
High is such a loose term.
What would you call it?
I phrased it using
I was medicated.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps